Oh, we join you in the middle of Fox jerking themselves off like they always do. Anyway, welcome back.
We all win. We're going to give you guys a little break before you have to call this race. Go hit the buffet line. Do what you got to do. Bradley and Joseph, thanks for being with us today and playing a little trivia as we're getting ready for the green flag down there in Texas. Hot day, so drivers right now are getting in their car preparing for those final moments.
Woo.
Yeah, based on what we saw in the Truck Series race earlier
Still
today,
awake
the
over here.
compound come in, made the track pretty wide, so look forward to see what we're going to have here.
Yeah, and again, I think there's going to be a lot of action on pit road because the track has very little grip, a lot of pit stops, a lot of adjustments on these race cars today.
AJ Allmendinger leading the field to green. It's time to go racing. Let's head trackside for the command to start engines.
Gentlemen, here to give the command to start engines for today's Alsco Uniforms.
Is it Matthew McConaughey again? Then I don't care. If it's not.
NASCAR Cup Series number 8, Alsco Uniforms and Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen Chevrolet.
Oh, it's Tyler Reddick?
Childress Racing, Tyler Reddick.
Hey everyone, it's Tyler Reddick here.
Hey, Lori.
Xfinity Series champion and driver the number 8 for both Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen.
My fans blowing in the mic. I apologize once again. It's hot. Kind of warm in here.
Let's go.
Wonder how long it took him to lay out the Texas formation with those cheddars.
The race from Texas after the
If you guys were watching the broadcast, you know what I'm talking about. Tyler Reddick was standing in a pile of food in the shape of Texas. Fucking shut up with your music. Anyway. Didn't win any money in the truck race, of course. I was close. Probably not going to win any money here because I said give me Justin Allgaier at 12-1. He'll probably have something bad happen to him like here last year when he got that blend line violation. I haven't forgotten about that. Competition caution at lap 20. Ron Vargas to the rear, front approved adjustments. Haley was already at the rear anyway. Kyle Busch is in this race going for win number 99. I hope he wins so he can win another one and then be fucking gone from this series forever like he promised. And reiterated before the race that if he gets to 100, yes, he will no longer drive in the Xfinity Series. He said it 4 years ago, and before the race, he got interviewed on Fox Sports 1 and said, yeah, he still stands by that. If he hits 100 wins in Xfinity, he won't race again in the Xfinity Series. So he's a man of his word, if anything, Kyle Busch. It is 80 degrees, suddenly cloudy, and very rainy looking at my house. Like I said, I'm praying for a big storm to roll through and knock out the power at Ingalls so I don't have to go over there tonight. Oh, these races could last forever because I don't want to fucking go to work tonight. It's a struggle. Really struggling. Not so much the work, just the hours. The weird hours are really taking a toll. Well, that Applebee's commercial looked good. I'm glad this is a short race. It's only a 250 miler. It used to be a 300 miler, but we've all had enough Texas Motor Speedway to make us happy for the rest of our lives. Got to shorten that cup race to at least 400 miles when they come back here later this year. I wish they would. Karen, if I was Kyle, I wouldn't want to risk injury in a lower series that doesn't fucking matter. His wins in the Xfinity Series literally don't fucking matter. I understand him wanting to get to 100, but why would he want to risk injury by continuing to drive unnecessary races? Drive races that matter, cup races, because that's really all that matters at the end of the day, especially to guys like him. He only does these because he's got a fragile fucking ego and he's insecure. But Kyle Busch is a very insecure person. But he once again said before the race, be it's 100, yes, he doesn't want to drive these anymore. He stands by that. I was surprised because I thought when he said that a few years ago he was trolling, but he once again stated that today.
It's Texas.
Forget what they say. Don't
Don't race at Texas. How about that? How about we make that the new motto? Don't race at Texas. Don't mess with Texas. Don't race at Texas.
Good afternoon once again from Fort Worth, Texas. Today, it's the NASCAR Xfinity Series live from Texas Motor Speedway. Our coverage on FS1 presented by Blue Emu.
I'm ready to watch the SRX. Let's get this over with.
Set to go racing this Saturday afternoon.
Looks a little overcast there now. Still 95 degrees, but it looks a little more overcast.
Track temp closing on 140.
Really hot track temp.
The hottest race ever for the Xfinity Series here at Texas Motor Speedway. So good to have you with us, everybody, for part 2 of our doubleheader on FS1.
Brad and Joey back in the booth again.
Logano, a couple of NASCAR champions.
I regret to inform you that Joe Logano's here.
Adam Alexander and Brad. There's another driver that has championships that has won at Texas Motor Speedway. His name is Kyle Busch. Is he
their favorite driver?
No doubt. Look,
Brad and Joey's favorite driver, Kyle Busch.
But I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, he's got Vegas blown away for this race. Not only has he had so much success here at Texas Motor Speedway, won the Cup race here last fall, numerous Xfinity wins. But he's in.
Kyle has 4 more Xfinity races this season, so he's got 4 more chances to get to 100.
Or Ty Gibbs or Kyle Busch, week in and week out, is the fastest car. So you got one of the best drivers and one of the fastest.
54 is fast unless Ty Dillon's driving it.
Quite towards the front. So let's see how that plays out.
He rolls off in the 14th position. You mentioned numerous Xfinity wins.
The fact that Ty Gibbs has won a couple times in that car, I mean, come on. I'm supposed to be impressed if Kyle Busch wins today. Fucking Ty Gibbs has won in this thing twice, and he's not even 20 years old.
We'll have to wait and see what happens. You know, the 22.
Yeah, I'm gonna stream SRX as well.
Today, and you know he's been very fast. You know, he's had a lot of speed in his car. He's won some short tracks, some road
I don't
courses.
want to go to Ingles tonight.
They haven't been able to break through yet. So will today be the day?
Let's hope my manic depression has me on a big upswing after the SRX, and I feel like going to work.
It was the third of 3 in a row.
It'd be really sad if I didn't.
So we know he can, in fact, get
But
it done.
it's tough today for some reason. It's
hear
getting
about
tougher
American
every
Story
time,
Chief
but
get his thoughts on strategy.
the other day I really almost didn't
Well,
go.
the drivers may be hot inside the car, but the crew chief's brain, it is boiling. You talked about 95 degrees. The last time we were here in
I'm sitting in front of a fan, Larry Mack. I can't relate to 95
I
degrees.
talked to Dave Ellens, crew chief for Noah Gregson, who ran second here in November. He says we
Damn,
have
excuse
no
me.
idea what this car is going to be like. It's going to have
Be
different.
like.
The balance is going to be different. A lot of anticipation until we get a few laps run where these crew chiefs know what they've
AJ
got.
Allmendinger has never driven an Xfinity car at Texas before.
We're going to go 167 laps for 250 miles. The
Just
stage
pointing
is
that
on
out.
40, and 87. Pit road speed, very important, 35 miles per hour. The fuel window, 64 to 68 laps. And Adam, a competition caution at lap 20.
And could that competition caution open the door for some strategy? We'll wait and see. Larry, you talked about the race here last fall. It was Harrison Burton that found his way to victory.
Look, it's Noah Gregson choking on his own shit at Texas last fall. That was one of the highlights of my streams in 2020. Loved it. That was hilarious.
It's his 4th win in his rookie season. It was quite a year for Harrison.
And I'm sure that felt good for Harrison.
Let's go from the driver's seat. Driver 20 starting 18th, Joey.
Sure, let's check in with him. Harrison Burton, Joey Logano in the Fox booth. You copy us? Oh, I think I jumped over their conversation. Harrison Burton, Joey Logano up here in the Fox booth. You copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Nice Miami Dolphins paint scheme on the 20 car.
Last year, bringing home a win.
Is it football season yet?
Watch a replay of that, but you got your work cut out here today. You're starting back in 18th. What's the game plan?
Pass them all and pass them quick. That's the game plan. You know, we've got.
Casey Mears was teammates with Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon, and he sucked. I don't buy into the fact that just because you spend time around guys doesn't mean you're going to be like them. It's just we know Gibbs has the best cars in the series, and that's why it's been so easy for Kyle Busch and these guys over the years. Literally doesn't matter who drives the 54 or the 18 or whatever. Good drivers or not, they're fucking Sam Hornish used to win in these cars for Gibbs, man.
AJ Allmendinger, Justin Haley, row 2, Brandon Jones and Austin Cindric. We talked about Cindric moments ago. What do you see here in row 3, fellas?
Can't wait to take a shower after this race. I feel like garbage.
Couple guys out there that are consistently up towards the front. Hemrick always looking for that first win. He's been so close.
Michael Annette consistently up towards the front. What fucking series has Joey Logano been watching? We got a car stopped on the backstretch already. Who is that?
Hilarious social media video this week.
They're not even calling attention to it.
Sponsors on that car. Jeff Burton has got the win this year in Talladega. Off to a great start this year.
Row 5, a couple of upset specials. Alex LeBay, Ryan Sieg. Sieg had an unbelievable strategy last week and managed a top 10 finish at Mid-Ohio. The rest of the grid will pop up on the ticker. Let's look at some notables, though, because we talked to Harrison. We mentioned Kyle. There are some big-name drivers that are trying to come from deep in the field today.
God, will this woman shut the fuck up and leave me alone?
Justin Allgaier, 16th. These guys are two to look out for sure. Noah Gragson just can't seem to get this season to come together. This would be a great week for him to turn it around. Harrison Burton, Joe, you talked about him winning this race last year. And Josh Berry, the double-duty legend this week. He's one of the few drivers that's going to pull it off today.
Barry 11th earlier today. In the
Should get the
World
one to
Truck
go
Series race,
here.
like you said, doing double duty and got some ground to make up in that 8-car driving for Dale Jr. Let's hear now from our pit reporters. We start things off with Regan Smith. Good afternoon, Regan.
Well, good afternoon, Adam. As we get ready to start the second race of the day, somebody who's very much looking forward to get this started because of how much bad luck he had is Noah Gragson. 40th place last week after a lap 1, turn 1 incident.
I hope Noah gets wrecked just as fast as he did last week. Hopefully he can beat his own personal best for taking himself out of a race. It's going to be tough to do. Last week he didn't make it one corner.
I talked to crew chief Dave Owens, asked him, how do you keep your driver pumped up and motivated? He said the real challenge has actually been keeping him pumped up even though there's not much good to talk about. He said it's difficult. He'd be lying if he said it wasn't. Jamie Little.
Well, AJ Allmendinger is a veteran in NASCAR. He's raced at all these places multiple times in a cup car.
Look at the crew guy behind Jamie Little. Look at the crew guy. You see one of Allmendinger's crew guys? That was funny.
He feels like a rookie in these situations, but today he leads the field to green. He said he'll spend the first 20 laps like a practice session, figuring out and assessing what he needs and what his race car needs before that lap 20 competition caution. Adam?
AJ Allmendinger, one of the great stories so far.
The 74 car was the one stopped on the back. We're not going green this time because of it. So we get to spend more time riding around.
You know, I said going into the day, the biggest story may be the heat. When you look at the first portion of 2021, the reigning champ carrying the headlines. Cindric has won 3 times. How about those 4 first-time winners and 7 different drivers pulling into victory lane?
Can't wait till NBC takes over these Xfinity races next week in Nashville.
And AJ Allmendinger on the pole after winning last week at Mid-Ohio. Here's team president at Colic, Chris Rice, on the radio.
For the fun 13 races, halfway home. Fox, we really appreciate you doing what you've done for us so far.
Fuck Fox, won't miss you. Bring on NBC. Don't listen to Chris Rice. He's full of shit.
Ready to have some fun. Hey, when you're up front, everything's going well. It's easy to have fun.
Life is good, and they have the front row with Colic Racing, and sure a lot of eyes on that team watching it. They got the drone cam out here right now.
Big bugs back out there again.
Some amazing shots. Yeah, amazing.
You guys talk about Colic on the front row. Justin Haley alongside his teammate. They finished first and second last weekend at Mid-Ohio. Their third 1-2 finish. Also pulled it off at Daytona and Talladega. And when you look at the history of this race team and the gains that they have been able to make, it all goes back to 2016 when Matt Colic, a former college football player turned businessman, got it going. And you see the victories. Most recent goes to AJ, but 4 different drivers have picked up a trophy. And next season, they will be full-time Cup racing. And when they've gone to the Cup Series this year, they have been impressive. AJ takes the inside lane here.
Allmendinger for Cup 2022. Let's do it.
These guys are ready to go Cup racing. They've shown that over the years here at Xfinity, being able to compete with the big dogs. You know, the Penske's, the Gibbs, you know, those guys, the RCRs, those guys, they can compete. So they're ready to go. That's a good stepping stone what this Xfinity Series is about.
I wonder what's going to happen on the start. Bottom lane, top lane, which one's going to be?
I love colleague racing. May you not turn out like Michael Waltrip racing.
So we have here today.
250 miles, shortest race ever.
250, thank God. We don't need to run any longer at Texas. Green flag. Nice start for AJ. Can Haley get down? He chooses not to come down. He could have cleared the 19 for second to the bottom.
No better feeling than that, Brad, when you're in the league.
Wonder how the top line's going to feel with all that rubber and everything from the truck race. If it's already going to be good to go, or is everybody going to be glued to the bottom like they were in the truck race till about halfway through?
Talk about teammates from Collick, teammates from Joe Gibbs.
Allmendinger leads lap 1. Brandon Jones second. Haley third.
Brandon Jones up to second. That bright orange car behind him, the 18 of Daniel Hemrick, off to a good start.
Hemrick up to third now.
Remember, there's no practice. This is their first laps on the racetrack. They have no idea what your car is going to do when you go down into turn 1 or turn 3 for the first time. You don't know if it's going to get loose, if it's going to get tight, it's going to slide around. You have all these cars around you, and oh yeah, there's a traction compound up there that you don't know what that's going to do. Is it gripped up? Is it not?
Kyle Busch is already up to 9th place. He started 15th. We're coming to complete lap 2. He's 9th.
Driving by cars on the outside, 3 and 4. Let's see if he does it here in 1 and 2 as well. Yeah.
Brad said that he thinks Kyle did that on the outside.
Up there, covers it a little bit, covers the air on. He's not going to be able to make the pass. But
Sun's coming back out again.
PJ1 is in and we're ready to roll.
You know, we watched that in the truck race earlier. If you guys tuned into that, you know, we first get up there early in the race.
There, Kyle. Oh, wow.
Oh, this is tight. Kyle pushing.
Come on, Jeb, do the right thing.
Yeah, that traction compound wasn't in early in the truck race.
Brandon Brown's passing Kyle Busch on a 1.5 miles.
And here you're going to see it again, dominant lane probably.
See if Kyle gets this run off the outside here. He's got all 4 wheels in the traction compound. Nice run down the back. Makes the pass. So Kyle Busch is 7th now, 4 laps in. Going for win 99. Like I said, I hope he gets it. Get him the fuck out of this damn series.
At least it was 2 fingers, right?
There's sometimes a little sarcasm with the finger motions outside the car.
Noah Gragson moving up just like Kyle Busch. He's gained 8 spots.
Kyle Busch is always quick to use the fingers out the car window.
See, Austin Cindric is.
Remember that time Tony Stewart at Pocono was next to Clint Boyer and he throws his hand out the window going, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" And then you see Tony just turn hard left and wipe out Boyer and Carl Edwards. Oh, that was funny. Anytime Carl Edwards ate shit, I liked it. Cindric and Haley for 4th.
And here is the aforementioned battle for 4th. Justin Haley has it in the 11.
Haley holds him off.
To the inside.
It's just going to be a tough pass to make, I think. Right now is that traction compound is definitely the dominant lane.
I hate Joe Logano's voice. I hate everything about Joe Logano. His voice, his fucking hairline, the way he drives, the fact that he's from Connecticut.
You see he's got another run down the front stretch here, trying to look to the bottom again.
Cindric looking again under Haley. That outside line definitely looks good early. Looks competitive. I guess it's still activated from the truck race less than an hour ago. Kyle Busch says his car's really tight. Looks good to me, though. I mean, he's 6th now, I do believe. I think he passed Michael Annett. Battle for the lead, Allmendinger, Brandon Jones.
Let her rip. I think that might be a good thing.
Yeah.
Hey, you mentioned Chris Gale on the box. So much success, 22. Xfinity
Brandon Jones, one of the worst drivers I've ever seen to win more than 2 races in an Xfinity Series. Harrison Burton passed Riley Herbst for 11th.
And another driver on the move, Harrison Burton, from 18th to 12th, now 11th as he gets around Riley Herbst.
Big mess here, 4th, 5th, 6th. Haley, Cindric, Hemrick, Kyle Busch. They're all parading around Hemrick on the outside.
But I'm not sure Kyle Busch subscribes to that theory. He's getting Hemrick and right.
Kyle Busch top 5. And Brandon Jones takes the lead into turn 3. You can go to commercial now, Fox. I appreciate y'all waiting. You're coming to lap 10. The battles have sorted themselves out for the most part. I'd say you're good to go now. And right on cue. Boy, do I know Fox or do I know Fox? I was able to like perfectly predict their commercial breaks. It's a skill. I possess many skills that you could never understand. Is that a Supra? It's a shame I'm not going to get to play any NASCAR 2005 before work today or between streams, because like I said, after this race I need to go run and take a shower. Could have taken a shower before this race, but I want to save that just in case I start feeling sleepy. I'll go jump in the shower and be wide awake again. That always wakes me up for a while. God, I'm going to need it tonight, guys. I'm really going to need it. Justin Haley to second during the commercial. Kyle Busch fourth. My pick, Justin Allgaier's worked his way into the top 10. That's who the money's on today, so go Allgaier. If Kyle Busch got the lead before the competition caution, I would not be surprised, but he's third now. He just passed Allmendinger. He's got 8 laps till the competition caution. I'm sure Kyle thinks about shit like that. Gives little challenges to himself. I'm going to try to get the lead before the competition caution. It's okay, he's only gaining about 3 or 4 tenths a lap. Just based on what I'm seeing on the leaderboard here. Well, these commercials are really long, aren't they? Kyle Busch has got it down to 7 tenths. He's still third, but he's gaining a lot of time really quickly.
Working lap 15 of 40 laps in our opening stage at Texas Motor Speedway.
Coming to 5 laps till the stupid, pointless competition yellow that nobody will pit for.
And a reminder, we'll get a competition caution in about
thus rendering it pointless.
Jones is leading. First time he's been out front in a race since Martinsville a couple of months ago. They've hit on some hard times.
Cindric under Allmendinger for 4th.
In the top 5, including this for 4th.
Allmendinger's starting to fade. Good short run speed, but not much else. Harrison Burton up in the top 10.
Harrison Burton coming to one of his best racetracks. Won the last time we were here. Started this race.
Slides in front of Brandon Brown. Hemrick past Allmendinger's free falling. He needs this caution. He's about to get passed by Michael Annett. That's how bad he's doing right now.
Well, Jamie, Noah Gregson in the 9 car having a very good start to this race as well. Up 14, actually 15 spots now to the top 15. Crew Chief Dave Allen said if it is hot out today, that is going to be the best thing for us. A little concerned this morning, though, because it was very cloudy and cool. Once the clouds moved out, they knew that they would be fast to start this race. So far, so good for Noah.
30th to 14th in 18 laps.
Justin Haley holding up Kyle Busch here. Busch is going to get him going down the back.
Kyle
Kyle's not going to get the lead before the comp caution, but he's second place now.
Justin Haley, no problem for the 54.
Yeah, no contest. Even more impressive than what Noah's doing right now is what Kyle's doing, because he's going through the front cars, the front half of the field, always tougher to pass. The fastest cars are up front. It's saying a lot that he's driven from where he started.
Kyle had to run this race today because he's not going to have much fun driving those shitty cars tomorrow night in that pointless ass fucking race.
Thank you out the window again when he passed Haley. At some point, is that kind of trash talk from a driver?
All-Star race really has gotten as bad as the Brickyard 400. Like, who gives a fuck anymore?
Of Austin Cindric being able to move forward, pressuring Justin Haley here at the moment as well. It didn't look
next time around there'll be a caution.
Now working on Haley. And that's a way to pass
Cendric's all over Haley. He's really putting the pressure on him. Right on his bumper in the middle of 2.
And they say, just go ahead.
Makes the pass.
So every position you get here is one more opportunity.
Wow, Kyle is almost going to get the lead here. They're coming to 20. If he passes Brandon Jones before they put the caution out, I think Jones might hold him off. They're in 1 right now whenever they're going to throw the yellow. There it is. The caution's out. Brandon Jones barely kept the lead. Hell, Kyle was close. I said he'd probably get the lead. He was right there.
Here's the big question.
Stay out.
Cars pit here.
Nope. Stay out. Stay out. Stay out. Ain't nobody pitting here.
We don't have to worry about that.
Nobody in the top 10.
What do you think, Larry? Do you pit here and flip the stage later on? How do you handle this?
Yeah, Adam, talking to a lot of crew chiefs, the tire fall off is not that great. But to your point, if you don't feel like you're in a position, especially to score stage points right here, I look at Noah Gregson, I look at Brett Moffitt, Josh Berry, pit here, flip the stage, and stay out, because we're going to go racing with about 16 or 17 laps to go in this stage. And if you pit here, you can make to the end of stage 2 on fuel. So I feel like drivers
Larry Mack talking truth.
May flip the stage and pit here and get those 4 tires.
Free pass here goes to the 26 of Brandon Godovic. He scored in 36. Then on a hot day, we've got a thermometer in his car. Look at that number.
It's not that high. It's only 147.
That's got a little toasty.
Yeah, just toasty. Yeah. So that the sensor for that is inside the car, and it's where the driver's, basically where his butt is. So that tells you what's going on down there.
Heated seats.
Heated seats.
Heated seats come standard running equipment in an Xfinity car. Not even an option.
And the 2 guys in the booth with me today, Joey and Brad,
I like this lady.
celebrating. It's not 500 miles tomorrow. It is just
It should never be 500 miles here, but that's another
You
story.
don't want to do 500 miles in this thing.
Well, it beats having a regular job, but yes, we're glad to have.
Tell me about it, Brad. Tell me about it.
We'll have to see right here.
Beats having a regular job. You fucking right. Take it from somebody who works a regular job. It fucking sucks. I'd rather be in 100-degree weather.
Stays out. The run to end stage 1 on the way.
Boy, Fox is really obsessed with showing everybody in the stands, aren't they? Can you bring back the Kim Burton, Samantha Bush cameras? I'd rather see that than some of the fucking ugly people we've been shown today. I'm old enough to remember when Kim Burton was pretty. Believe it or not. Kim Burton needs a fucking Xanax or something. She needs to be prescribed Xanax. Somebody give me a reason to not go to Ingles tonight. I'm leaning on you guys. I need a reason to not go. I need a good one. Oh, what? Sorry about the fan noise. Hold on. Charging up the old wireless headphones, just in case. Clint, look at the Photoshop on Clint Boyer there. Look at the airbrush. Clint Boyer looks like the Joker. Look at that. That's disturbing. He looks like the Joker. Smilix. Uh-oh. He's been using brand X.
In the top 10 at the end of round 4 tomorrow evening in the All-Star race. It goes without saying there will be at least 2, right?
Yeah, 5+. 5+.
Oh, look. Nobody pitted, thus rendering this caution pointless.
Oh, not that confident.
Excuse me.
What are you going to be 11th then?
Wow.
I'm just playing.
Wow. We'll see, Joey.
Now, there you see the paint scheme for Brandon Brown. And this is no joke. It does, in fact, say for sale. He said he didn't want to run a blank car. He wanted to send a message to all those potential sponsors.
There are no potential sponsors.
I'm bringing the deal to you here at Vanderbilt Motorsport. Are you tired of spending your company's hard-earned dollar on some of
Why does he look a little like Woody Harrelson?
We got quarter panels. We got deck lid. You can sponsor my rear end. So come on down to Vanderbilt Motorsports where we have the fire.
He looks like Woody Harrelson.
We'll take care of you.
I love it. That's good. I haven't seen that yet. That's funny.
Brandon Brown has been impressive. I'd say he's worth sponsoring. But will any sponsor say that? No. Because this is modern NASCAR. And we can't have nice things in modern NASCAR.
Yeah, amazing. He's put up better numbers this year than last. Last season he made the playoffs, and as you said, Brad, right now just below the cut line. Some work to do today and some stage points on the horizon. He's 11th for the restart.
15 to go, stage 1. Once again, the leader must have not watched the goddamn truck race because Brandon Jones picked the outside. Kyle Busch on the inside. Oh, Kyle, hang on. Loose. And he's still going to get the lead. Because if you pick the outside, you're a dumb fuck. And everybody today seems to be a dumb fuck. Because look at this. To quote Jeff Gordon, look at this. Kyle Busch takes the lead from the inside. He was going to get it anyway, but still, why the fuck do guys keep picking the outside? Why? Show me one time today picking the outside line worked out for anybody. It hasn't.
Incredible for Kyle Busch.
Cindric looking for second. And gets it.
We saw here the last 20, 30 laps has something for Kyle Busch. His lap times were pretty close. Kyle got through traffic maybe just a touch better, but speed-wise, those two cars.
Nobody navigates traffic better than Kyle Busch. I'm not surprised to see him leading at this point.
The Joe Gibbs camp, Harrison Burton, 18th to the top 10. And I mean, I'll tell you what, it's all in the family. These two
There's the Burtons.
Race one another. Harrison driving down low against cousin Chad Burton. What do you see with the traction compound early on, Larry?
Well, there's two things that makes that traction compound have grip. Heat, not a problem today. We got the heat, and then cars or trucks.
We got the heat. We got the heat.
Looks like to me, though, they are
Larry Mack's
going
to sing some songs later, hopefully.
Well, Larry, I think what makes it more...
Cindric takes the lead.
We'll get back to that. We see...
Kyle Busch looked really slow off of 2. Now Kyle dives it into 3. Cindric's running the high line. Okay, Cindric takes the lead. Fox totally missed it, but there it is. Time to show a full screen replay from 25 different angles, half of them in slow motion. God knows what we'll miss while they're showing it. So here's Kyle Busch the previous lap. That's how he lost the lead. Running by himself. Yeah. Nose took off. Car pushed up the track, and here comes Cindric.
It was a little bit tight and chatter in the nose. I don't know if you remember that about 15, 20 laps ago. It looks like he might have got just that exact condition. Got down in the center corner chair to the front end and climbed the banking. And
Damn.
Yeah.
Happened to Kyle Busch again. Hemrick takes second place.
As you burn fuel off, you go through a heat cycle. It's going to get tighter.
Interesting.
And that might be what's happening to the 54.
So Kyle's car might be falling off a bit really fast, but he said it was already tight as it is, and as that right front tire wears, that's not going to get any better. If it really wears at all here. Justin Allgaier 8th, about to be 7th, because we know Allmendinger's not that fast. Love that paint scheme on the 7 as well. Looks like one of my GTA Online cards back when I used to play that.
Oversteer is the right term. Yeah. Oversteer is basically when, hey, the car is turning when I don't want it to, or more than I want it to. And what that means is effectively as you turn the steering wheel in the car, the back is slipping considerably more than the front is, and you have to literally turn the car back the opposite direction just to keep it from spinning out. So that's what Justin was alluding to there. So little adjustments, maybe they can get that thing tightened up.
I mean, as a balance of the race car, that's something we always talk about, the balance. That is trying to level out your car from rear grip and front grip and trying to get your car to be the most drivable as it can. You're always going to be slipping tires. You're at the ragged edge. You're going to be slipping the front and the rear no matter what. But trying to get that equally through the whole corner, and on top of that, Texas has a flat corner and a banked corner. All that is very challenging as these two continue to battle it out. A couple cousins here. You say, "What's up, cuz? You gonna let me go or what?"
Cuz. Joe Logano just said cuz. Suspend that man.
What a year though for Jeff Burton. When you think about him coming over to Colic full time and how all that came about, and then to go out and win at Talladega, put himself in the playoffs. He's going to make the Xfinity playoffs for the first time in his career. And Texas has been a really good track for him. Won a Truck Series race here.
Allmendinger doing a good job of slowing down Allgaier.
Battle rages on. Allmendinger and Allgaier.
Well, if Allmendinger wasn't loose to start before, he is now.
He's about to be loose here.
Continues to pressure him, take air off that rear spoiler. Is that a comfortable feeling?
Not at all.
You know, I was doing a race one time with your teammate Ryan Blaney, and he talked about the importance of the latter part of a stage, not only trying to get
time to go to stage 1. Oh boy, it's a bad time to be yawning. Allgaier finally passes Allmendinger for 7th.
I think Allgaier's learned plenty here as he goes down below and tries to take the spot away from the 16.
Kyle Busch. Car might be coming back to him a little bit. He's catching Hemrick. Cindric's driven away by about a second. Wow, they both ran up on Michael Annett really fast there off of 4. Don't know what that's about.
What you're not seeing probably is that they're just getting a little bit too high in the traction compound. Maybe a mistake, got a little loose, got a little tight, got a little big, now they hit the wall, and then you lose all that momentum down the straightaway.
Going back to what I said,
Joe Logano's talking a lot.
Can you learn about your race car
more than me. I'm kind of tired.
Knowing the caution is coming to better help you understand what adjustment you need?
No doubt you can drive it hard at the end of the stage, and you don't have to worry about wearing the tires off of it because you know you've got a pit stop coming. So it's the best opportunity you can have as a driver to really.
Tonight's gonna suck balls.
Without having to worry about suffering the consequences long run.
Brandon Jones driving.
Allmendinger passes Allgaier. This is a battle.
3 to go on the stage.
Traded this position a couple of times.
Hemrick, Kyle Busch. We mentioned Jones, Justin Haley completes the top 5.
And I'm really not into this race right now.
They're blocking both lanes. Where'd he go? Right down the gut.
Ah,
right down the middle.
lap traffic.
Gotta find the spot.
Lap traffic.
You look at the closing rate of some of these cars. You know, they're so much faster.
Horrifying.
You can't wait to go through the corner to pass them. You have to take it where it is, and wherever that gap is, you better take it unless you're going to get passed.
How's the 26 that slow? The 26 hasn't been that slow all year. 1 to go in stage 1. Cindric, Hemrick, Kyle Busch out front. 3.5 seconds behind them is Brandon Jones.
As the bubble team when you look at the playoff leaderboard. Here's Austin Cindric. Incredible season for him. And this will be stage win number 6 on the campaign.
Well, after what happened to him at Mid-Ohio, I'm sure this doesn't make him feel any better. Cindric wins stage 1. What happened to him at Mid-Ohio was legitimately depressing.
The dinger against Allgaier.
Never seen anything like that. Not in a long time. To go from first to dead last in one corner late in the race after you've been dominating.
That opening stage, eventful Austin Cindric.
Well, that really wasn't an eventful first stage. I'm kind of tired, like I said. Adam Alexander's lying to you. Oh, guys. Still waiting for a reason to not go tonight. Lapped traffic is going to be miserable. You thought it was... It really wasn't that bad during the truck race, but I think during this race it's going to be hell. Low downforce. They're already fighting for grip as it is. And these lap cars are just all over the place. Hope your car can handle wherever they force you to go. I'm so tired all of a sudden. I don't even know if I feel like taking a shower after this, but I desperately need to. Cindric wins will give me $10. Much appreciated. Look at those patriotic Budweiser cans. You know, if Dale Jr. were still driving a Bud car, he'd have a cool paint scheme with those. That's what I thought of when I saw that commercial just now. If anybody else wants to make generous donations today, please do, so I don't have to go to work later. Oh, I wish I could stream full time. I just wish I could make like a quarter of what I make at Ingles by streaming. I'd be streaming all the time and just say fuck Ingles. I'd keep painting though, because that job's easy. Although right now it's been so fucking hot down here. Thursday was rough. It was so damn hot. Daytona's a night race in August, and I bet it's still fucking brutal there when I go. It's cloudy outside now. I wonder if it's cooled off. Is it raining yet here? Look. It's not rained yet, but it's gonna any time now.
H1 completed Texas. Austin Cindric gets the win, and everybody coming down pit road, Regan.
How does the All-Star race work? That's a good question. You should ask somebody who knows. We'll read about it together. We did it last week. We'll read it again. All-Star format explained.
Bottom right of your screen, Justin Haley, you saw that chassis adjustment there, trying to free him up, just 2 tight, 3 out of 5 tight, and his
so I watched the race off pit road here. Daniel Hemrick takes the lead. Brandon Jones second, Kyle Busch third, Cindric drops all the way to 4th. Allgaier drops to 10th. What the fuck?
And I hate it, but Austin Cindric lost 3 positions in that exchange. The good news, he did.
But Hemrick takes the lead.
Let's talk to him.
Austin Cindric break his last.
While they bug Austin Cindric, I'm going to mute it. So, starting lineup for the All-Star race is set by random draw. Round 1, 15 laps. After this round, the field will be inverted, starting from 8th or 12th, depending on a random draw. Round 2, 15 laps. The entire field will be inverted after round 2. Round 3, 15 laps again. The field will be inverted from either 8th or 12th, depending by random draw, blah, blah. Round 4, 15 laps. Round 5, 30 laps. The lineup for round 5 will be determined by the cumulative finish from the first 4 rounds, the best cumulative finisher starting from the pole. Any ties will be broken by where they're running in order. All cars will enter pit road for mandatory 4-tire stop. The crew with the fastest pit stop will have $100,000. Final round, 10 laps. Cars will line up according to their finish after the previous round. Caution laps in the All-Star race do not count. Does that make enough sense? A lot of field inversions. Lots of field inversions. But I still think a Hendrick car is going to win because it's 1.5 miles and it's Texas. Whoever's got the fast cars are going to be. It's going to be the same guys you see. They're just going to have to deal with being put in the back a lot because of all the field inversions. Oh, fuck off! I'm really getting tired of Fox blowing up my phone. I don't have it set to get notifications from that. Daniel Hemrick, is today the day? I doubt it, but if it was, that'd be pretty cool. Be a lot cooler if it was. One of my favorite diecasts I have in my little collection I've made is the 2001 Budweiser MLB All-Star Game car. That's a simple paint scheme, but I really like it. I'm glad I have one. I forgot that Junior actually drove that car twice in 2001. He drove it at the Winston and in the July Daytona race when he won. 20 years ago. I remember watching the Winston with my dad and my mom, and I remember them wrecking in turn 1 because it was raining. I remember watching that night. Strange. I was only 7. The other day for work, had to go to a house that I grew up in, ironically. My dad was like, "You ain't gonna believe where we're going today," and I was like, "Okay." And then we got there and I was like, "Oh shit." We're at a house that I used to live in. I think when I was like 4, 5, and 6. We lived in that house. Looked a lot bigger when I was 6 years old. Because I was looking at it, well, damn, this place is small. I'm poor. Grew up poor. What are you going to do?
Just about ready for stage 2, NASCAR Xfinity Series, Texas Motor Speedway. And now our Mother's Pit performance. We told you Daniel Hemrick took over the top spot. Great effort by his crew. You see the comparison here with Austin Cindric, who drops back to 4th on this restart. Let's go to our Charlotte studios and Shannon Spade.
Hey there, Adam. So we want to chat about Noah Gragson. We talked to him in the pre-race show. He said it's win at all costs, and he has been on the move after starting the back of the field.
He has passed 20 cars, got up to 10th, and that's important for him because he's racing for a playoff spot. Only 15 points up on that last cutoff. But the other car that I've been looking at has been Daniel Hemrick. We'll take a look here at Noah Gragson. You see the move that he made, starting back in 30th and driving up to 10th, getting that playoff spot. But I really like Daniel Hemrick. He led 105 laps at Charlotte, and he's going to restart first year. His pit crew got him.
Love to see Hemrick win a damn race.
Really tough. Nice restart.
We saw his daughter pre-race, maybe a little good luck charm for today.
Right?
That's right. Maybe he'll get his first victory out there in Texas. Adam?
Yeah, his daughter is
Hemrick.
beautiful. His wife, Kinsey,
Kyle Busch on the front row. Hemrick, finally, a leader picks the inside lane.
Stars are aligned
Finally.
with Daniel Hemrick. And guys, he takes the inside lane for the restart. here to
Hemrick,
begin
Kyle
stage
Busch,
2.
Brandon Jones,
Next
Austin
to Kyle
Cindric,
Busch.
followed by Haley and
I'm
Almadino.
not sure it's the wrong move. It's an interesting move.
What the
and,
fuck have they been watching all day? Whoever's on the inside always gets the lead. Now, because Kyle Busch is on the outside, we may be proven wrong here, but
And also the launch.
the point stands. And there you go. Great launch. Hemrick smoked Kyle Busch on this restart. And look, the guy on the inside got the lead easily like they have all day.
Easily clear for the lead now.
And his teammate
Kyle Busch
Brandon
charges
Jones
turn one around the outside of Brandon Jones. Hemrick better slide up here. Kyle's going to have a big run down the back.
Slides down into line in the second spot.
Here he comes.
What a shit camera shot.
Big run down into turn 3.
Busch to the inside of Hemrick in 3.
First lap or two, it always feels like
And Kyle's wiggling off the corner, but he leads this lap.
a little bit more in the bottom.
Definitely can.
But still, the inside line's the right choice on the restart.
This is where it's going to be tougher for Kyle to clear.
But Kyle Busch clears him a lap into the run, and Kyle Busch takes the lead again.
Able to get a big run.
3 wide, Haley, Cindric, Jones, Gragson and Annette behind him. 5 cars under a blanket. Good Lord.
I guess so.
Cedric restarted fourth.
Wow, great camera work.
And now racing for that
Shooting the
fourth
back of the
position.
grandstands there.
And Jamie and Shannon
Boy, aren't you going to miss Fox in Nashville next week?
continues to circle to the front. From 30th to start this race up to 6 now. The 9 appears to be good.
You know, for the record, I thought about picking Gragson today, but I couldn't bring myself to pick somebody I fucking hate.
And remember last year, he ran so well here and lost the race on the last corner of the last lap. So this is a track that Noah's had some success at.
You just see those runs off the top side. It's so hard to defend, but Justin Haley did a good job defending it at that moment. But you get those runs off the top, you're going.
Noah looked like he wanted to go underneath, and I said, you know what? Maybe not.
You said this earlier, Joey. Might have said it in this race. I know you said it during our coverage of the Camping World Truck Series. The longest straightaway in NASCAR is turn 2 at Texas to turn 4. Is that right?
Yeah, but it might not be that way for these Xfinity cars. I felt like that for the trucks because you're pretty much in the gas all the way around. These Xfinity cars, with the power they have and the lack of downforce and the lack of drag that they have, you got to lift down in 3 and 4. That's why you see them running up higher in the traction compound down in 3 and 4. They're searching for grip. They're not going for the shortest distance. They're looking for the grip. Larry?
Hey, and I talked to Dave Ellens, as I mentioned earlier, Noah Gragson's crew chief, about that very thing this week, and he said, Larry, when we were there in late October last year, and the ambient temperature was in the 40s, our driver could run wide open through.
I can't believe it was in the 40s last time. It was fucking butt-fuck cold last time they raced at Texas. What a weird week that was. The Cup race finished on what, Tuesday or Wednesday? I can't remember. It's ridiculous.
Might not be running wide open. But
The
he's
72 hours at Texas, I believe I called it on my stream.
And look at this mess from 10th on back. Michael Annette there.
Wow, commercial after about 4 laps, guys. Boy, did you enjoy those 4 laps before they went to commercial? I will be right back. I'm going to run to the bathroom. back and didn't miss anything. Oh, look, it's James Corden. He's so not funny. Well, I wish this commercial would end. Oh, goody, a Sonic commercial. You know, I have these muted and I'm still annoyed by them. Oh my God, Kyle Busch is upside down and on fire. I'm kidding. April Fools. Be some shit if we come up with a commercial and he was. And I was like, God damn, am I psychic? Was that like Final Destination? Did I sense that shit coming? We're back. Halfway through stage 2.
Busch leading at Texas. There he goes through the corner. NASCAR Xfinity Series racing.
Allmendinger's doing a lot better this run. Second, third, and fourth are pretty close. Kyle Busch's got a 2.5 second lead. Never thought I'd say this, but the truck race today was actually better than this so far.
Really no ground since the restart as he tries to go after the 16 here. Maybe he can get back up to third.
Woo! You think Cindric will cut Allmendinger any breaks after last week? Whoa, Jeb Burton! Jeb Burton, no! Oh, into the inside wall hard. And we have a caution.
It's just really tough at Texas, Joey. When you spin out, coming off of turn 2, it seems like every time you hit the inside wall here really hard.
Yeah, Jeb Burton's day is done, I'd say.
Second straight week. Yeah, the second straight week he's had a problem, Brad. You know, if you go back to Mid-Ohio, he got in that gravel track.
Oh, he got bumped by Josh Berry, maybe?
Here he is racing with the aid of Josh Berry.
Looks like you might got just a little bit of help.
Josh Berry, yeah, got some help.
What happens is packing air on him before that. So
I remember that paint scheme, Karen. That is a really nice car.
Needing to check up. Well, as he checks up, Josh Berry's just getting closer, and then eventually you run into each other. And I don't think there's anything intentional there, but
Josh Berry pushing the issue, and he accidentally spun out Jeb Burton and ended his day.
It looks like he almost was going to be able to bring it back around.
See the safer barrier buckling in. That's a good sign for those fans at home might not be familiar that the barrier is pushing in and dissipating energy. So that would have.
Why doesn't Brad call the race like Jeff Burton and talk to the fans like they're idiots? You people just don't understand. Jeff Burton says that a lot when he's calling races. We're under caution because Josh Berry spun out Jeb Burton and Jeb Burton crashed on the backstretch.
It's just going to make you even worse because the guy behind you just keeps packing air more and more and more. And that's how, I mean, that's a way to pass here. You know, here is.
Did Joe Logano just say it's a way to? That's how you pass, Joey.
Be able to pack air on him. Too much.
Spin people out.
Kyle Busch leading Daniel Hemrick, Austin Cindric, AJ Allmendinger, and Noah Gragson.
Tough scene. Tough scene. Most unfortunate. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, Joey Logano, you got to pass that way. You put air on them. Like, no, you spin them out, right, Joey? I've seen him do that shit to Mark Martin, Ryan Newman, Kyle Busch, his own teammate Keselowski, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex, Kevin Harvick. Should I go on all the people that Joey Logano's run over trying to do that? Maybe I should just quit Ingles and sell these fucking die-cast cars. I like these things, but did I really need to buy these? I mean, really, did I need to? I don't think I needed to, but I did anyway. It's not worth the hassle of selling them. Somebody help me. I don't want to go to work tonight. I hope I feel better after I take that shower. Wonder if Brett Keselowski was struggling not to laugh when Joey was talking about that deal just now. Is that somebody's premium Snapchat? Oh, wait, that was an Arby's commercial. My bad.
The Westminster Dog Show is on Fox. Today, it's the Masters Agility Championship. It all starts at 5 Eastern. Tomorrow at 7, it's Best in Show. Catch it all on Fox.
A dog
and
show.
the Fox Sports app. And you know who's holding down the fort of our coverage, guys? Chris Myers. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Chris Myers is covering the dog show.
For the dog show right here.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, this is not Chris Myers. Just this is just another dog.
I'm sure that dog appreciates being around these loud-ass race cars. That is not good for them, by the way.
Come on, man. He's having a good time.
That dog did not have a charter. It did not make the dog show.
Well played.
Hey, it's a hot day in Texas. We've talked about that. Yes, some frozen ice, some colorful ice would be nice, right? So here's Brandon Godovic, 110 when the race started, and before he got in the car, fired the engine, it was like 100. Into stage 1, 147. That's incredible.
That's incredible.
On up front there, and next thing you
Yeah,
know, the old
so
temp rise.
my friends in here tell me a sauna is 150, so he's right at the edge of a sauna for these 2.5, 3 hours.
And under caution, 142 right now for Godovic. Either way, it's very hot, Regan.
Adam, it's extremely hot. It feels like a sauna on pit road. I'm going to be honest with you guys right now.
Yeah, Regan Smith doesn't look like he's having a good time.
This is relatively new the past couple years. It's the cool shirt. You see within this shirt.
Cool shirt.
The lines that run around this shirt. That basically plugs into fluid. This end of the device plugs into a control unit that flows fluid, cold fluid through the shirt. Many of the drivers have told me that they would rather have this than a cool box on in the race car. I can tell you a lot of the Xfinity guys who
I'll take both, a cool box and a cool shirt. How about it?
They took them out of the closets. This one, I want to thank Michael Annette. He had a backup. I appreciate him letting me borrow this. I might go ahead and try and put it on myself here in a second. Jamie.
Is Regan Smith about to get naked on camera?
Sweating it out today. This is Harrison Burton's crew. They already did the truck race earlier today, so they're drinking water. They're taking fans whenever they can. And we're seeing a lot of teams, these mixers right here, they put it in the water to help with hydration. And their driver, Harrison Burton, he's having a malfunction with his cool box in his car. Just not staying as cold as he needs it right now, guys. They're suffering through a lot and doing what they can, Adam.
This is what we
Oh, but Michael Noah's not conservative. He's got personality.
I bet the water is hot now.
Bush,
Let's see what Kyle
Hemrick,
Busch has for this race.
Haley, Cindric.
Kyle taking the outside lane. Daniel
Big push
Hemrick
from
is
Cindric on the
taking
outside. Is this going to be the
inside.
first time today the outside guy gets the lead?
Big push all the way down into turn 1.
This is big for Austin because
That was all the push from Cindric that got Kyle Busch the lead there from the outside. Hemrick slots up in front of Cindric now. 3-car breakaway from the rest of the pack already. I think these 3 cars are the best in the field. Kyle Busch, Hemrick, and Austin Cindric. Everybody else is racing for 4th, I think. Until I see something different. We got a smoker in the back. What was that about?
There are certain tracks that just take
Somebody in the back. Are they fucking blind?
for Noah Gregson. I watch him here.
Somebody in the back's got a left front tire down or something. That's okay, Fox. We'll find out about it 10 laps from now.
Front of his car, but either way, he just really seems to have a hold of this place.
You know, it's not even just the racetrack that you talk about in these scenarios. It's the type of surface. You know, this has been repaved not too long ago and still has a lot of grip, not a lot of fall off. It seems like a lot of times what I've noticed, Brad, is that there's tracks where there's a lot of fall
God, I
off,
hate
and there's a
watching
certain
Texas
type of driver
races.
that can
It's
manage your
frustrating to
tires and-
watch.
And maybe not run right on the ragged edge all the time.
Reminds me of when we were watching the last Cup race at Kentucky last year. I was just like, God, this is so annoying to watch.
And it's all about keeping the foot on the loud pedal and going. And I think
3
that's
wide,
the
Snyder,
biggest
Berry,
difference
Haley,
between on the loud pedal.
off of 4. Still 3 wide down the front stretch.
Right through there on the triangle.
Myatt Snyder made it 3 wide in the 2, driving for RCR, and maybe we should expect him to be good today. Got his first career win on another 1.5 miles earlier this season. That happened in Miami, and he cannot get the spot away from Josh Berry, who's been very impressive in the first half of this race.
Ten to go, stage 2.
Got to replay some action here from a few laps ago. 9-car trying to get by the 16.
Gregson almost wrecked AJ Allmendinger.
Not finding any
Wow. Damn near wrecked him, going off into 1.
I don't know if you knew this, but I'm here.
Yeah, that's AJ saying.
Oh, he's got personality, though.
If you're gonna pass me, because the lane you want to be is up top.
Wow, Jeb Burton's still running?
The 10-car here who wrecked earlier.
I
is,
did not think,
around.
with the left front being the way it was on Jeb Burton's car, that he'd still be running. That's unbelievable. I thought for sure he'd be out of the race.
And how banged up it was. And with 9 to go in the stage, we'll step aside. Side by side, Kyle
Busch, Hemrick, Cindric. Captain Dipshit Gregson is in 4th place after nearly killing AJ Allmendinger at high speed. Is it me, or is turn 1 and 2 at Texas just really unsafe? Because if you blow a tire running the very bottom, you are going to fucking go up that racetrack and just eat shit, because the wall is like a mile away. You've got all this time to gain the speed and go shooting up the racetrack and hit the wall. This track sucks, but you already knew that. I think Jamie McMurray will take Jeff Gordon's place in the booth. Jamie Mack would be really good, I think. Whenever they have Jamie in the booth, I've always liked him. He's definitely better than Jeff Gordon or Clint Boyer. Isaac, I can tell you what happened to these racetracks. It's called the Gen 6 race car. The Gen 6 race car ruined NASCAR racing. Period. God, this bitch, leave me alone. Take a hint. Five to go, stage 2. Texas sucks. Race is not very good so far. Kind of surprised. I expected Xfinity to be better.
about ready to wrap up stage number 2 from Texas in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Kyle Busch is leading. He's led the most laps today.
Yawn.
It's out front. The rest of the top 5, Hemrick, Cindric, Harrison Burton, and Noah Gragson. And
Thought Allmendinger was going to take out Harrison Burton.
Working the wheel.
I don't know who's working the wheel more, AJ Allmendinger or Harrison Burton.
I think there's something about bumper tag out there. maybe
Look at these drivers sawing on these wheels. They're the best drivers in the world. Thank you, Michael Waltrip.
We're working the wheel, right?
Absolutely. You know, I think in these cars coming off the corner, it only takes a small bobble wreck. So watching them move the hands like that tells you just how close to the edge they are.
That's a pucker up moment.
Bring back This Week in NASCAR with Greg Biffle and Chad Canals.
You know, a week after Colleague had such a big day in Mid-Ohio with AJ winning and Justin Haley finishing second, they have not had a great afternoon in Texas. You see the 11.
Clint Boyer's trying too hard in the booth. Jeb Burton's back on pit road. Yeah, Clint Boyer tries too hard. Jeff Gordon's just awkward and really biased.
And Brandon Jones was fighting his car. They pitted on that last caution. He's starting to
Jamie Mack would be a huge improvement.
Jamie?
Yeah, Justin Haley in the 11, third on the front row, said he loves this place. He's just really comfortable here. Right now, though, not comfortable with that race car. You can't cut through the center.
Stage 2's over.
Tight. They're going to take a big swing on it this next round of starts.
Busch, Hemrick, Cindric, but Busch has definitely separated himself now.
Factor is here, but Cindric has been trying forever to get by the
Forever.
18 of Hemrick as we wrap the
Kyle
stage.
Busch on stage 2.
Kyle Busch able to get the win. Hemrick hangs on
Thank
for
God there's
second.
only one stage
Cindric,
left. I'm
Burton,
struggling.
and Gragson, your top 5.
I'm very bored.
And that's big for Gragson, who scores some much needed stage points.
I should go take a shower during the race and just leave the TV audio on and let you guys hear it, because nothing interesting is going to happen. I don't think. Excuse me, fuck. Just gonna read Twitter now. Need something to keep me entertained. Is it football season yet? Maybe we should just start watching Madden. Live stream that. Apparently Will Power just got robbed of the IndyCar race. That's interesting. IndyCar pulled a NASCAR. My God. Dale Earnhardt Jr. I wonder if Texas surface is now to the point that the PJ1 is keeping drivers from actually going higher and using the top grooves. It looks quite faded in age. Might be time to see about that. Denny Hamlin. I don't think it needs to be sprayed again, like ever. That stuff will last years as thick as it is, and yes, it's narrowing the track. Which means they will definitely spray it down again. Jeb Burton, not happy with Josh Berry. I wouldn't be either, to be fair. But just letting y'all know. Oh, we're back. Hate this racetrack.
Today at Texas Motor Speedway, our Xfinity Series coverage Brought to you by Blue Emu. Stage 2 is complete. Kyle Busch wins there. Austin Cindric was third after winning stage 1. And now our
Ross Chastain's truck fails post-race inspection. He'll be disqualified. He finished third. It will no longer count.
Time with Toyota. And Mark Martin won the inaugural race here back in 1997. 5 wins here for Team Penske. And pit stops for many coming down the second time today. Here's Regan Smith.
Adam Austin Cindric, your third place car in the upper left of the screen right now, is happy with his race car. He said, just give me clean air. I'm much better than these guys if I have that. The 54 Kyle Busch, too tight at the 40 to 50% mark of the corner. Very descriptive about his race car. Wants some Gatorade as well as ice for the heat. And the 18 of Daniel Hemrick, that car is taking off on the splitter too much, making it tight. Takes too long to free up. Jamie?
Harrison Burton in the 20. That's the pit crew I just talked about. This is their second race of the day. They're actually pitting from Martin Truex Jr.
That's the second time today I've seen Cindric drive through the grass on pit road. Kyle Busch still leader, Hemrick second, Harrison Burton third, Cindric drops to fourth. Brandon Brown takes 2 tires to get to fifth.
On track and their crews delivering on pit road. Kyle Busch, Daniel Hemrick +1 for Harrison Burton, and Cindric comes off the 4th position. Joey, you want to talk to our stage 2?
How is Josh Berry surviving today as hot as it is? He was in the truck race and now he's in this one. Joey talking to Kyle?
I got my other face on up here in the booth, so all good is right now. But you're looking pretty fast out there in your race car. You're going good. How's the traction compound going? It looks like it has a bunch of grip. You get a little too high, a little bit of ice. How's it going?
Yeah, that's about the synopsis here. Just, I don't know why it's not lining out, man. It's crazy. Just really narrow line of grip in the narrow part, and then not so much.
That is gold having Kyle talk to Joey.
I took it easy a couple times, way too early in the race, trying to force anything, so I just got out of it, tried to save it, and we were all right. So, yeah, I mean, our car's been really good. The Twig's super fast, so fast on the bottom, it's fast in the spray, so we'll just have to see how the race plays out on what we got to do to beat DK.
All right, man. Sounds good. Have a good one.
This caution to end stage 2, our 4th of the day. Free pass goes to Tanner Berryhill.
Oh, that's the best bit of TV I've seen all day.
Busch, his first stage win of the year, and this his second start.
Kyle Busch was not happy to hear Joey Logano's voice. Oh, I love it. That's so funny. I mean, the alternative would be to have Brad talk to Kyle, but Kyle doesn't think much of Brad either, but I'm sure he honestly likes Brad more than he would like Joey. That was still funny, though. I wish Kyle would have said something like, which version am I talking to here, Joey? Ah, so Brandon Brown's a dirty thief. Okay. Still like him as a driver, though. Moo. Probably couldn't pay Kenseth enough to get in the booth, but Kenseth would probably be good up there.
Great to have you with us for part two.
We're past halfway.
On FS1. And here's
Cindric won stage one, Busch won stage two. Busch is leading.
Just took stage two.
Hemrick, Burton, Cindric, Brandon Brown on 2 tires.
We got 31 cars on the lead lap, and we are working our 4th caution of the day. Austin Cindric, the man that won this race a year ago, won the opening stage, and he will restart 4th as we head to our Charlotte studios and Shannon and Jamie.
Yeah, Adam, I don't think anyone is surprised to see Kyle Busch up front, 9-time winner at Texas. But Jamie, you said it before the start of stage 2, you've got your eyes on someone else.
Yeah, Daniel Hemrick. We think back to Charlotte just 2 weeks ago, led 105 laps, and he has 8 second-place finishes in the Xfinity Series. But I think the interesting note is that his last 3 have come at 1.5 mile tracks, just like we were at today. Most recently, he ran 2nd at Las Vegas to A.J. Allmendinger. So I think we got to keep our eyes on Daniel Hemrick. Who better to beat for your first Xfinity Series win than Kyle Busch?
Yeah, that would be a big one, right? So what are you thinking when you're restarting right next to Kyle Busch?
Well, obviously being in that traction compound's a little bit of an advantage, but I don't really think that Kyle Busch, he seems like he can get the lead whether he's on the top or on the bottom. He has the fastest car, but Hemrick seemed to be better on the longer run, I thought, at the end of the first stage. So we'll have to wait and see here. Should be good.
If he gets his first win, he'll have to beat the best at it out there at Texas. Of course, that's Kyle Busch. I loved, by the way, the interaction between the 3 of you guys. That was classic.
You know what stood out to me about the Kenseth Logano situation is that even Dale Jr. didn't say anything bad about Kenseth taking Logano out. That says a lot about Logano that even Dale Jr. was backing up Matt Kenseth for doing it.
And Brandon Brown, who came under that last
Junior doesn't like that kind of thing, but even he was like, hey, don't piss off Matt Kenseth and apologize when you do something wrong.
Alongside in row number 3. It's time for the final stage. 79 laps remain at Texas.
Real curious, Adam, to see what kind of launch Kyle Busch gets here. Last time Daniel Hemrick.
Kyle Busch on the outside, Hemrick inside
great run
on the front row.
To clear him back for the lead. So
it all depends on the push. If there's no real push, the inside line's going to get the lead. But Cindric's the pusher on the bottom, so I would expect Hemrick to get this lead here. There you go. Cindric pushed Kyle Busch from the outside on the last restart to the front. This time he pushed Hemrick, and Hemrick clears Busch on the bottom. But yeah, from the center off of 2, Kyle Busch is way better than everybody else. Although this time he's 3 wide. Burton's in the middle. Cindric on the inside. Oh, still 3 wide. They're all 3 wiggling around. Harrison Burton's in the sucker hole. Cindric and Busch side by side for second. Here comes Gregson. And Burton still 3 wide back there with Brandon Brown and Allgaier. Now he's about to be 3 wide with Allmendinger and Snyder. And we got a crash on the front stretch. Matt Mills. God damn it, Hemrick got away with the lead, fuckers.
It's like, I think that's Greg Galding. Took a pretty big hit down in turn 1 as well.
Well, of course, Hemrick got away with the lead. So.
There's the 52 of Galding driving for Jimmy Means.
So there had to be a yellow. God, the 23 car's junk, the 52's junk, the 5 was in the grass. I don't know what the fuck happened. Back marker wreck.
Who had a top 5 last week at Mid-Ohio with Andy Lau.
Bad back marker wreck.
Let's see the replay on this, see what happened. All these cars crashed through the front stretch, down the dog legs here. Got debris all over. See cars trying to get around it as we're under yellow.
This is going to happen towards the middle.
God damn it, Hemrick had a nice lead too.
There you see
that red and yellow car. That's Galding sideways.
So these cars started wrecking off of turn 4.
God, what a mess.
All the way to turn 1. There's about half a dozen cars involved here. On board with Jeff Burton. You see the crash happening in front of him. Nice job being smart, patient, letting the wreck kind of unfold, picking your lane and driving on.
And that's the hit down there at the bottom of Greg Gaulding. You see into the inside wall. It looked like a pretty serious impact down there.
Sure did, Joey. It's a great camera. Oh, there's 23 car with the hood up. Some debris is going to come flying by. Oh, just a rear bumper cover. Don't mind us.
Yeah, Mills, who was the first car that we saw sliding through the grass, basically nowhere to go, got sideways, and that's a really good sign. That is Greg Gaulding out of his car and getting in to the safety vehicle, and it took a minute or two for that window net to come down. You guys talked about the hard impact, made me quite nervous for Gaulding, but he's out of the car, and he will make the mandatory ride to the infield here soon.
Yeah, that one had me
Any
nervous, too.
team that
I
has a
actually
seat
watched it happen
available,
from up here in the booth.
Toyota, Ford,
You know,
Chevy,
you have
whatever,
plenty of
is
time
going to
for
want to
it
talk to
stop the
Brad
car before it
Keselowski.
hit the inside wall, and the car just kind of rolled down and hit that. And then
I can tell you
it's either
that.
one of two things, you know, either the brakes didn't work and he lost steering, or he was knocked out. And so that made me a little bit concerned. Glad to see him out of the car and okay.
The AMR safety team got there right away, tended to Greg Gaulding, and hopefully we'll get a chance to visit with him in a bit. Hear what happened. Cutting the grass at Texas Motor Speedway. Matt Mills going for a ride. We're under caution.
I was worried about Greg Gaulding there for a minute, like they said, but I'm glad he's out of the car. Kenseth was already on the Dale Jr. download, and it was a good episode. Michael Cindric's really fast on these restarts, pushing the car in front of him. That's for sure. He's been the difference maker for who gets the lead here. I hope he winds up behind Hemrick again. Not that it'll make much of a difference, because I'm pretty sure Kyle Busch will just win anyway, because it's the Xfinity Series, and it's got to be that way. Can't do this in Cup, but he can do it in fucking lower series all damn day. Yeah, Matt Kenseth was on the Dale Jr. download a long while ago. The Ty Norris episode, the Ward Burton episode this week was really good. I really like Ward. Fucking mountain man Ward Burton.
It's the Lone Star State. It's the 2021 All-Star Race. The best drivers in the world going for $1 million.
Why is Bubba in that promo?
At 5, we're racing for $1 million at 7:30. It's all on FS1 and the Fox Sports app. Joey, you won the All-Star race in 2016. Brad, you're looking for your first. So I'm guessing Brad is going to steal that line from Noah Gragson. Checkers.
Sammy Hagar.
Just let it all hang out.
I've got a handful of second-place finishes, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you.
I usually hear some Sammy Hagar at work.
first. What is it, the old saying of Ricky Bobby, if you're not first, you're last? Second feels like last in All-Star race. There is nothing good about it. So no good points, no nothing. That's why we all race so hard for the All-Star win. Oh, and it pays $1 million.
$1 million. I remember my first race that was for 10 grand to win. And I thought that was like the biggest race in the world to try to win. It's for $1 million. It's crazy. So definitely want to try to get it. And I'm getting a little note over here that you were second to me in 2016.
I remember I believe I was leading the whole race until the last pit stop where I got passed. But yes, not that drivers have great memories or anything. You don't remember any of the races you win, just the ones you finish second.
17 drivers locked in tomorrow night, and a few others going to race their way into the Open. We got the fan vote. We look.
This is certainly a long caution. I do not want to go do this shit tonight. I'm getting more and more pissed off and irritated as the day goes on. Today sucks. I'm watching races and today sucks. Will Hemrick finally win? I'd like to hope so, but I don't think he has a shot, really. If he gets a few more pushes on these restarts, he'd have a chance, but King fucking Leach up there in the 54 can't win fucking cup races, so he's got to run as many of these as he can to pad his stats and his ego. Oh well. Just hope Hemrick's got the 22 on his bumper here for the next restart.
NASCAR Xfinity Series racing at Texas Motor Speedway, 41st time.
Because we just have to, racing at Texas Motor Speedway.
Hemrick, Kyle Busch, Austin Cindric, Noah Gragson, Justin Allgaier, the top 5 with 72 to go.
There's a Matt Kenseth flag.
And we mentioned the 41st trip here. So we've been coming here every year since 1997. It's been a long time since we've been to Nashville Super Speedway. So let's go back 16 years. Since we're going to Music City next weekend, who won? Fox's own Clint Boyer driving that number 2 car. It was his first win at the national level in NASCAR. You want to take bets on how he celebrated?
If he's the same Clint Boyer there as he is now, he's all pretty certain.
Yes.
She's
Great
reacting
track.
to Clint's win, actually.
The coolest thing about that track is how they give a guitar as the trophy.
A guitar.
Guitar's cool.
Dang old guitar.
Two of them.
Yeah, 2 of them.
You get a
Well, my
guitar
first
if you win
race,
Nashville.
in Nashville 2008, but that guitar is really, really special. They were painted at the
It
time
was
of
really
the
special to
race.
Kyle Busch when he smashed
The
it.
track just announced last
But I
week
didn't get
that
mad because fuck, he won the race. It's his. He can do what he want with it.
If we're gonna race out
Music
there,
City,
that's how it works.
So
Hey, Kyle Busch, he made the trophy. Yeah, it's his fucking trophy. He won it. He gets to do what the fuck he wants with it. I was actually defending Kyle Busch that day.
Was saying after they got rolling and he lost some ground.
How the hell did I get beat? So bad on the 10 by the 20.
He ran about maybe a headlight below you. It looked like you just stalled a little, and he was able to get a little bit of a clean air right between you two.
I thought I did okay. I was flying a little bit, but
yeah, it's frustrating when you're that first car in the PJ.
Well, my pick, Justin Allgaier, is on the bottom line behind Hemrick. I think Kyle Busch will get the lead here with a big push from Cindric. Cindric has been up the ass. He didn't quite get it this time, and Hemrick got a great launch, but Kyle got his side draft going into one here. Yeah, Hemrick's loose, and Kyle Busch takes the lead. And here comes Cindric and Allgaier around both sides of Hemrick. Hemrick's out of contention here. He's in the sucker hole.
As Kyle Busch jumps to the lead on the restart.
And that's the race.
Austin Cindric needed. He had been stuck in traffic, arguably as fast as Kyle.
With 69 to go. Nice.
Kyle for a little bit here.
Back into the top
It's
10.
pretty much over.
The net is there. Saw the 16 of Allmendinger, who started on the pole, was raced anywhere from 7th to 10th most of the afternoon.
How about Justin Allgaier?
Allgaier slides into second. That's my pick.
At the bottom, working the
That's
bottom.
what we do. We come here to finish second.
22 was going to end up second place there, and Justin is grinding it out on the bottom.
You know, this was a great
Allgaier's had
track
some
for
bad
him
pit stops
last year,
today, but he's
finishing third
second
in one
place.
race, wrecking in the other, but winning a couple of stages, second in 2 stages here in the fall. I mean, this has been an impressive track for Allgaier in recent years.
I'll tell you the guy I'm looking at here, Joey, is Brandon Brown. Needs a big day for those points. He's right below the cutoff line, and he's putting it up right here, running 6th. This could be huge for him.
Absolutely.
3 wide, Haley trying to make his way back to the front. That 0-2 is Brett Moffitt. Haven't called his name today. Driving for Our Motorsports, won the Truck Series championship 3 years ago.
Got to give Brett Moffitt so much credit. He's doing, I think, a tremendous job in this car. He really runs smart races and gets the most out of that car each and every week. I think he's someone to watch for in that team as they develop and blossom.
Harrison Burton passes no grace before. Guys, I'm fucking bored. Actually, I'm not bored. I'm just dreading tonight.
Texas, he was the winner, and he passed that guy on the final lap. Noah Gregson racing for 4th right now.
We got one slow down the front straightaway here.
We got a slow car, according to Jolo.
This is what happened on the restart.
And now we're just going to show replays of the restart. Ignore Joey Logano pointing out the slow car.
And it just is trying to spin him out. He has no choice but to lift, and when he does, he gets gobbled up by the pack.
Boy, did I mention that Texas Motor Speedway sucks dick? Here comes Justin Allgaier. He's got to look under Kyle Busch for the lead, and they're not even showing it. He got really close to passing Kyle Busch in turn 3, and they never showed it, never mentioned it. I had to see a little bit of it. Busch gapped him now going off into 1, but you're not getting to see it because we're watching Brandon Brown in 7th place.
A great little video he had earlier on social.
Very nice.
Being a used car salesman.
We had a battle for the lead, and we completely missed it.
Not bad for a sales guy.
And I go back to a couple of weeks ago. They had a great strategy in Charlotte, got him a top 5, and another interesting strategy.
Yeah, good for them, but we missed that battle for the lead now.
Well, yeah, Doug Randolph is crew chief. When we had that caution back at lap 60, he came in and got right side tires. And in
Oh,
stage 2,
Fox Sports,
how
I
he really
hate
gained
you.
That track position was 2 left side tires. We spoke with Brandon Brown earlier this week. He put so much stock into that crew chief, Doug Randolph. Doug is a winner in the Truck Series, Xfinity Series, and has been around for a long time, and actually helps Brandon in a lot of other things as far as conditioning, physical fitness, other than just being the crew chief.
And when we had a conversation,
Oh, this race
Brandon
sucks.
earlier this week, he told me, Brad, he was a huge, Doug Randolph was a huge part of your program over at BKR when you had the Truck Series.
He sure was. Doug is just a really well put together guy who brings a level of maturity to some of these young drivers and helps them see
Couple of
things,
good battles here,
and
but
grow
way
across
further back.
themselves. And you know, whether it was Tyler
Nothing
Reddick
worth
or
talking
Ryan
about.
Blaney and a number of other drivers, including Austin Cindric, who's running 2nd. Doug was a big part of their career development, and he's doing that again here with Brandon Brown. So
Allgaier's catching Kyle Busch again off into turn 1, and they're not showing it.
In a bit of trouble.
We just saw them. Now they're showing it. Here comes Allgaier. They're going to go to commercial. They're going to commercial.
But but he's
Justin Allgaier's passing Kyle Busch for the lead.
Allgaier with 62 to go.
Working on it. He got to his quarter panel, but Busch cleared him off into 3. At least they went side by side. Oh, look at that Atlanta commercial, having to show highlights from like a decade or more ago because the racing there sucked since the new era package. Yeah, Allgaier got side by side with Busch going into 1 the previous lap, and we really didn't get to see anything. Kyle Busch is not that good off of 2, and Allgaier once again gets his nose in there, has a look, but Kyle manages to keep it together long enough down the back to stay in front of him. But Allgaier is definitely putting the pressure on him now. Oh, Allgaier, you trying to make my day and win me a little money? At least Fox is actually showing it now. Zoom that camera in. There you go. Ooh, zoom it in. There, zoom it in. Every shot is like zoomed in. Oh, yeah. Count the zooms. Okay, let's watch one lap here and count the zooms. All right, here they come down the front stretch. Random shot of fans in the crowd. Zoom. That's 1 zoom. 2 zoom. 3 zooms. I'm counting the zooms on this lap. 4 zooms. 5 zooms. Big zoom. Wow. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 10 zooms in 1 lap. That's just 1 lap, guys. Oh, we got a wreck. The 0 car. Wreck on the backstretch with 58 to go. Caution's out. I was just counting all the zoom ins. Fuck my life. The 99 got damage from that.
World Truck Series. I am NASCAR.
You saw in our side-by-side break, we're under caution for the 6th time today. Jeffrey Earnhardt involved, and also the 99 of Stephen Parsons. Stephen driving for B.J. McLeod. Earnhardt climbs from his car, driving that 0 for Johnny Davis, JD Motorsports.
See what happened here.
The white car here getting loose. I think that's Stefan Parsons.
Yeah, that's Parsons.
Yeah,
Stefan Parsons?
Try to get underneath him while he's spinning, and they just make contact.
For Earnhardt, he sucks. Well, Jeffrey Earnhardt certainly takes after his father in the driving department.
So here's the deal. You got 2 sets of tires left, or most everyone does.
Pit.
And, we're inside of 60 to go. So what are you thinking here, Larry?
Pit.
I don't think you have to think about it. You definitely come to pit road because you can make it to the end on fuel. But I think the strategy, Adam, could be 12 to 13 laps on your tires. Do we see somebody roll the dice and do 2? Because if you follow the leader all day, you'll follow the leader.
And it would appear, the way this race is sorting out, that there's going to be
got a leapfrog at 54.
Although Justin Allgaier was coming on late in the run.
I hope he shits the bed on a restart, which is really not likely. But if he doesn't get a good push and you get a better push, then yeah.
Wants to go back onto the 7 car of Justin Allgaier. Also loose early, max overall grip with that car. And the 54 Kyle Busch loose for 1 lap, but then it goes way tight after that, and he blasts through the front tires. Jamie?
And the 20 Harrison wanted it to rotate a little bit better, and that track.
Allgaier beat the 54 out. How is Kyle Busch passing him on pit road? Are you seeing this? You see how Kyle Busch was able to pass Allgaier? You sure he wasn't speeding?
It's interesting that Kyle Busch gets off pit road in front of Justin Allgaier because when they exited their pit.
Yeah, when they exited their pit, Allgaier was well in front of Kyle Busch, and Kyle Busch just rolled right down pit road and passed him. What's up with the 7's pit road speed, or does Kyle Busch have better pit road speed? I don't know. That's weird.
Pit road is obviously a lot about the pit crew, but it's also a lot about the driver and the team and how they set up the tack to make sure you get all your speed. Here you see Justin Allgaier.
Look, Allgaier's clear. He's in front of Kyle Busch. Kyle pulls to his left side and just rolls right by him. That is bizarre.
If Kyle doesn't get a penalty here.
Yeah, I was thinking, is Kyle speeding or is Allgaier's crew just really conservative on their pit road speed? Because, my God.
Here's your pit road performance here, too. So, as you can see, the pit crew for Justin Allgaier got it done, for sure.
Yeah, Allgaier's team nailed it, but Allgaier was really conservative there.
So I wonder what Justin's saying on the radio after that transpired.
Poor work, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know. If he wasn't speeding, I don't know how to do any better right there. That was 5 solid. So excellent work in the pit zone. Heck of a stop.
Yeah, and so that's kind of, like I said, your tack is set up in different ways. You run all your lights, right? So maybe it's all your greens. For me, it's all my greens is where I want to be. And if you go over that, you're supposed to be speeding. That's all set by usually your race engineer, your crew chief, going into the weekend. And, it's a bit of a guess without practice now these days. And it goes to show that maybe the 54 was just a more aggressive with setting up their tack. And I think that's what the difference was. It could be the difference of winning the race.
Tell us more about this, Larry.
Well, let's go to our Ford Performance car, and we can show you the lights that Joey and Brad are talking about. And different drivers set them different ways, but sometimes the drivers I've spoke with, they like
that was weird.
All the green lights that you see right
yes,
there.
Teresa
And
owns
of course, if you
DEI.
go up in the red,
What's left
like
of it.
You see right there, that means you're too fast. You have to back it down. Now, I know talking to Jeff Gordon, he said he maybe would play it where one green light not lit up would maybe be right for his pit road speed. I think it's driver preference though, Brad and Joey, but that's what you're talking about with the lights.
Yeah, everybody definitely does it their own way and does it differently. But, here's the same thing about the risk versus reward on this deal, right? Like, if you think about it, Kyle Busch gets a lot of speeding penalties. He also is very fast down pit road a lot of times.
Yes.
He gains a lot of spots on pit road. So it's kind of risk versus reward. And you saw what the reward was right there, coming off pit road in the lead.
Well,
The impact of the
I was like, yay, Allgaier's got the lead, and then Kyle Busch just fucking rolled past him on pit road, and I was like, the fuck?
Visit goodsports.org to learn how you can help Fox Sports and Good Sports restore play for at-risk youth and the programs that serve them through donations of brand new sports equipment. So let's get a little reset here. Just over 50 laps to go. Kyle Busch is leading. You got Allgaier up there, Noah Gragson, Austin Cindric. As you look at this thing, I think any of those four, maybe others, but certainly those four, any of them could be in play. What do you see happening in the final stretch here, guys?
Well, I'm really curious about Justin Allgaier. He was so fast right there, Joey, towards the end of this last run. And he actually ran Kyle down like we were talking about. Got to his bumper, couldn't quite make the pass, but he was significantly better in 1 and 2. If he has a great restart and can get to the lead, like we've seen a couple cars do so far, get by Kyle Busch on the restart, Kyle's going to have a really tough time passing him.
Well, that's why you got to watch the whole race. You just never know what's going to happen. At one point, we thought Kyle Busch was just
Wow, Joey actually said something I agree with for once. That's why you got to watch the whole race.
Look at him now. I mean, the 7 was pressuring him. He looked really tight. I'm sure both those cars made adjustments, along with the other cars that are pretty fast already, fine-tuning it, finding a little bit of speed.
And now the choose. Kyle says outside, and he's going to have Noah Gragson behind him. Allgaier goes low, and so did Cindric, I believe, here for the restart.
Noah's having a heck of a race. Started 30th, driven all the way up into the top 5. Now P3, a great restart for him. Same thing. He could take off and win this race.
Hey, Allgaier's got the 22 behind him. I think Allgaier's got a chance here. He's on the bottom line with the 22 behind him. Well, he can get the lead. I don't think he'll win, but he can at least get the lead and have a shot. Kyle Busch has Gragson. I hope Gragson takes him 3 wide from the outside as Cindric pushes Allgaier to the lead.
Being that close to a win and then getting past coming to the checker, there is no worse way of losing a race. No.
Hey, Joey, want to talk about Auto Club in 2013?
Yeah, you want redemption.
Yeah, I think he's going to be pretty aggressive here. I can see both of these second-row cars being very aggressive here with the push. And
yeah, Busch has Gragson. Allgaier's got Cindric, who's been the best pusher today.
And that 9 and Noah Gragson.
Hey, Josh Berry's in the top 5 now.
Restart. We've got Larry McReynolds on the broadcast. We got Brandon McReynolds on the spotter stand. Let's listen in to 9-team radio as we go.
Look at Cindric. He's pulling up on the bumper of the 7 already. Ah, he didn't get a good push, and Gregson's up with 54's ass. Almost said the 18. Pretty even into 1, but Busch is going to get that run off the outside here, off of 2. And he's probably going to bring Gragson with him. Oh, Allgaier pulls even with him down the back. Ah, but Busch sends it into 3 around the outside. It's crazy to drive that hard in the corner from the outside. Allgaier gets back to the quarter panel down the front stretch, though. Come on, Gragson, go to the inside. If Gragson would have went to the inside with the 7.
Off of turn 2.
Wow, Allgaier takes the lead. Yay, for now.
This is huge.
For now.
Like I was saying, that last run, if he can get to the lead,
show me the money, Justin Allgaier. Cindric clears Gragson for 3rd. Now I need Cindric to get up here and give Busch some shit.
This thing's far from over, guys. 50 laps.
It is a long way from over. Dickhead's right, 50 laps. You can make it from here, but will it stay green?
We talk so much about Joe Gibbs Racing, but Allgaier
if I pit again, I'm only taking 2 tires.
Barry is 6. Michael Annette in the top 10 in 9th. They're having a nice day at JRM. And now our Xfinity fastest lap. Last time around, that's a
Allgaier ran the fastest lap of the race.
0.2 of a second quicker than
last time by.
Second last time around.
Kyle Busch going to try to go back down to the bottom.
Kyle Busch is working his way back to Allgaier. Slowly.
PJ 1 and 1 and 2. That's been his Achilles heel. Very fast through 3 and 4. 1 and 2 has not been his.
Come on, clean air. I hate that there's 49 laps. You'll have to deal with lap traffic. And as we know, Kyle Busch is the best I've ever seen at navigating lap traffic. Somehow, some way, he gets through it better than anybody in any situation, no matter what the racetrack. Unfortunately, Chase Austin's not here to fucking wreck him.
Pretty much going for the bottom down there on 1 and 2. That won't be like that for very long before they start searching and moving up the racetrack.
And the tires get hot, they get a little slick, and they need that PJ1.
And the other piece of that traction compound as well is that it wears off. Right now, when you think about it, we've ran a whole truck race and 2/3 of a Xfinity race. You know, it's starting to wear off some.
Yep.
You know, so you're going to have maybe not as strong in that traction compound as it was.
You know, the one thing we really haven't seen today is that long green flag run. And as Larry pointed out, I mean, everybody's in their window. They can go the distance. So that could have been the last pit stop of the day that we just had moments ago.
Ah, the 15 just backed it into the wall. Caution's out. Stay out. Stay out.
He's got a little bit of
Stay
damage
out.
to the right rear there.
Yeah, now these fuckers want to start wrecking.
Jeffrey Earnhardt hit the wall, also driving for JD Motorsports is
Colby Howard from Simpsonville, South Carolina.
Number 7.
See what happened here. Just really high. Really high. And here's what happened here, guys. Like,
it's already got some damage, though, so maybe something happened before this, Joey.
Maybe, but he was definitely very high up in that traction compound. And that's the part of the racetrack that no one is running. Here's where he hit the wall earlier.
Hit the wall off of 4.
That's going to make it a lot looser when you get down to the other end as well.
Yeah.
So
he knocked the right rear quarter panel off of 4, and then he spun out in 2.
The debris, the dust, the tire, marbles, all that gets stuck to the traction compound above that. And that is what, when you get too high, makes it really slick.
Stay out, stay out,
Good
stay
point.
out.
We talk about the PJ1, and one of the things that makes it special is it's very sticky, gives a lot of grip to the tires, but you have to keep running.
It's very sticky, just like Joey Logano's mom.
They pull all the dirt and grime out of it.
That was underhanded, I
Get too high, it
apologize.
doesn't pull out.
Not really.
Free pass goes to Ryan Vargas, who got his career best finish when we were here in October, finished 8th, driving the 4-car today. He scored 28. 45 laps to go at Texas. Justin Allgaier leading Kyle Busch.
Allgaier leading, so that's why we're going to get 3,500 cautions now. I know how this goes. At least Allgaier shouldn't have to worry about a blend line violation this year at Texas. Considering without a caution, they won't have to pit anymore under green. Without another caution way later on. Although I'd be hard-pressed to pit again. Most I would do is 2 tires. I don't know how to explain that pit road deal with Allgaier and Kyle Busch. That was fucking weird. DFS NASCAR does not give 2 fucks what the drivers want. NASCAR does not give 2 fucks what the fans want or the fucking drivers. They don't fucking care. That's why they ain't got rid of it. They don't fucking care. They just do shit that they think would work or they want to do. They literally don't take any fucking input from anybody else. Drivers, fans, or nothing. They don't give 2 fucks. They'll never fucking give a fuck.
Rivalry is renewed as the Cards get the Cubs. The Giants take on the Nationals, or the Astros and Twins. All the coverage starts 7 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
The only place that I think the traction compound really worked well is Pocono. I think the traction compound helps at Pocono. Everywhere else, no. But they won't admit that. So Allgaier picks the outside line. He's going to have Cindric with him, though, who's a great pusher. Kyle Busch on the bottom with Noah. Still nervous about picking the outside. I don't like it.
But the rest of these guys are not going to let him win this race easily.
Yeah, Justin Allgaier made a great move there to get the lead on that last restart. And if you look, he kind of started mid-pack back in 16th, has a steady climb all the way up to the lead. A couple of drops there at the stage breaks when we had pit stops, but he's been really strong. And he's already won 2 races this year, both at Darlington and Charlotte, 2 of the last 8. So he's been pretty consistent. And he's one of those guys that we talked about in the pre-race show that we thought if he gets to Phoenix, which we think he will, that he'll be the one to give Austin Cindric the hardest time.
Let's see Justin Allgaier's dance moves on this restart. Adam, I know you're dancing in the studio.
I wanted to see McMurray dancing to no avail. I mentioned what a great day it's been for Junior Motorsports. Allgaier up there, Gregson in the top 5, Barry and Michael Annette. And Annette really needed this because what Gregson is doing, he's now jumped up on our leaderboard, and Annette puts himself on the bubble. So that one car needs to stay in the top 10. What's up, Jamie?
Waving off the restart.
He just continues to impress every time he's in this car. Earlier today, first time in Texas, he's in a truck, goes out and finishes 11th, started this race 28th, and he's up in the top 10 once again. Just head down, learning. You see the rookie stripes on the bumper. The only thing he said recently is that they do have a slight vibration, but it doesn't seem to be impacting his speed or ability right now.
I mean, this guy continues to blow me away. And what he's been able to do
this guy is continuing to blow me away.
Maybe more impressive to many in and around.
We're going to restart with 41 to go. Cindric, I need you to give Allgaier the push of a lifetime.
Coming from deep in the field and trying trying to produce another top 10.
Then I need the race to go green until the end.
Josh Berry, he grinds it out. You know, he's been trying to make it for a long time. Most of the drivers you see getting into good cars these days are 18, 19, 20 years old when they first start. You know, Josh Berry's been at this for a long time. He's 30-ish. I don't know exactly, but I know he's around 30 years old. He's been trying for a long time. He's getting a good opportunity in junior motorsports cars, and now he's getting opportunities to drive trucks. He's been able to show some of his talent. A really cool story of persistence that is really showing through with Josh.
Well said.
Shoes on the other foot now. Allgaier has control, takes the outside lane. What do we anticipate on this restart?
A big push from Austin.
Push, Cindric, push.
No brakes on the bottom lane. That's
Noah,
really set this
do
up.
what you do. This time I'm cheering for Noah Gregson to do what he does. There you go, Cindric. You didn't push enough. Now Noah's pushing Kyle really good.
Gregson pushing his old boss, Kyle Busch, in the low lane. Can Allgaier get
They'll
it
be
cleared
side by
off the
side
turn
down the
two?
back. Allgaier can't get clear of Kyle, but the two of them have broken away. Busch is going to clear him into three. He's got it. Race over. That's the race, boys and girls. Oh, nope. Allgaier back to the outside. Great run. Where is Allgaier getting this speed from?
I did not expect that, Joey. I thought when Kyle had him cleared, he would slide up there, and that would be all she wrote. But that 7 car is strong.
Not strong enough, is it? Ooh, Kyle Busch loose on the bottom. Loose on the bottom. It's opening up the door for Allgaier to his outside again.
This one's going to be hard to defend. He might get him cleared. You see that side working for Kyle Busch.
Stop side drafting,
Justin Allgaier's going to get
leech.
him off the turn 4 here.
And Allgaier clears Kyle Busch. Please, for the love of Christ, stay green. I don't want to deal with another one of these restarts.
Kyle Busch had him there, and it might have been the difference maker, but what a move. Austin Cindric moving to the top side, looking for that clean air. Probably going to have a run down the back stretch.
Cindric, put the pressure on Busch.
Not quite enough to make a pass, but certainly a little bit of speed up there. The bottom of the racetrack seems to have so much speed these first few laps, Joey.
We always say it too. Searching for air is also a big deal. Trying to find it.
Yeah. 38 to go. Too many laps.
Hey, if you go back to thinking about Cindric, his car was best at the end of stage 1 after a heat cycle on those tires. Remember that? So maybe this is an opportunity for him. We'll keep an eye on the 22.
Kyle Busch right there again. He's about to challenge Allgaier. This is not over. Yep, Busch sends it to the bottom in 3 and 4. He didn't get close enough to get Allgaier loose, but Allgaier had to make a choice. He committed to the outside, and he carries the momentum off of 4. Drives away again for the time being. 37 laps, too damn many.
You see Justin moving up top. He ran the bottom in 1 and 2 before that. He saw where Kyle was making speed. Go take that.
Kyle Busch, 4-wheel slide off of 2 using all the racetrack. Ooh, it's time for a NASCAR on Fox. Shut the fuck up. Petition to get Ward Burton in the booth. Every network executive's nightmare. They would never let Ward Burton be in the booth. I would, though. As you can see, he had a damn lap car. Getting in all in the damn way. My Ward Burton impression used to be better. Cindric is starting to fall back. I don't need that. I need Cindric to stay close to Busch to put the pressure on him. No. Oh, Brandon Jones, he saves it. Don't you dare throw a yellow for that. He just spun and saved it. They put a caution out for that? What? What? What the fuck is that? Again, just like Sonoma last week. Look at this. Okay, Riley Herbst took the air off the 19. He slid sideways, keeps going. And then they put a caution out. Why? You fucking cunts.
It's just not on the bottom like he wanted to be. Got loose, and
What the fuck? How is that a caution?
And shoot up
What are they fucking smoking?
That happened before. It's ugly. I think we saw that at Charlotte.
All right, here we are.
Whatever.
4 to go.
Whatever.
Most
Doesn't
everyone
fucking matter.
has
They're going to do what they
an
want.
additional set of tires.
Yeah, go ahead and explain to me how that should be a caution.
You know, Adam, they only have about 13 to 14 green flag laps on their tires. I just think track position is so important. We've got 27 drivers on the lead laps. I think you'll see some drivers pit here, but I think you're going to see a lot of them stay out just to keep that ever-important track position.
Yeah, I think if you're, backside of the top 10, maybe give it a shot. You might. It's 33 laps to go. You get another caution, another 10 laps. You really want to take them then, but if you're out of the running and you're not going to win the race either way, give it a shot. Maybe you can drive through the field. Maybe you get a couple lucky cautions and you'll find yourself right up
Fucking
there.
stupid as shit.
Winning this race, if you pit right here, I think you lose too much.
Fucking
position.
stay out. Doesn't fucking matter. They're going to throw 35 cautions anyway.
Doesn't seem like
How
the
the
race
fuck is that a caution? They even waited about 20 seconds. Ty Gibbs just tweeted, caution for that. It's all part of the show, ladies and gentlemen. It's all part of the show because Texas Motor Speedway fucking sucks and we got to have a bunch of restarts to make it seem like it was a decent race. Fucking dumbass caution. That's worse than Sonoma last week. That is way worse.
And two, you start to show your hand a little bit on what you're going to do. Is that right?
Yeah, no doubt. Justin's done a great job on these restarts, but there's only so many of these restarts you can win in this scenario. Like we talked earlier.
Oh, this is about the dumbest shit.
Who gets behind it, who gives you the push, and you're just.
Some cars further back pit. The leaders stay out.
So this is that group that you talked about, Joey.
What kind of stupid ass caution was that?
Maybe you pit here, get some tires, and try to gain some ground late. And Michael Annette, the best running of those that came down the pit lane, he was 13th. Brandon Brown also came down and got tires. So did Ryan Sieg, who was top 10 last weekend.
Jack me off, NASCAR. Jack me off with your fucking bullshit cautions. Just because they want to see more restarts. The entire top 10 stayed out. So you're in good shape there. Caution for a guy getting sideways. He got sideways, and I said, you better not throw a caution for that. And then they stayed green, and about 10 seconds later, okay, put it out. Go fuck yourself, NASCAR. Fuck you. What'd that fucking thing say on Space Jam? Don't bring me here anymore, right? Don't bring me here anymore, right? That's how I feel about Texas Motor Speedway. Don't bring me here anymore, right? I'm going to message Dylan and say, boy, you think I was mad during Sonoma last week with that one caution?
Take over. Brad, I feel like that's where we're at right now. You got a lot of good information over there.
Absolutely, hands down. We're looking at Justin Allgaier, and Justin has never won here before. And this race last year, Justin was dominant, but he got a late race penalty. And just
if I was in that booth right now with Brad and Joey, I'd throw a fucking brick through the window into the next room where race control is.
7 of the last races.
Fucking bullshit.
That's that's kind of a crazy stat. And if you look at our top 10 right now.
Now Allgaier's got to fight off this fucking cunt again. He already did it once before. Now he's got to do it because the 19 car got sideways.
Yeah, sevens are wild. Regan, you used to drive.
I don't have the energy for this shit anymore.
I'm busy with sevens right now, Adam. I don't know how to follow all those numbers up, but what I will tell you, Justin Allgaier told me this morning.
I'm amazed right now. I really am.
That race car, he feels like they haven't had the speed all year long that they need. He feels like his race car has been good. It's been the execution.
Oh, look, fans in the stands.
Well, based on what I'm seeing right now today, they are executing.
I'd have brought a brick with me because I know they do some stupid shit.
He wins at Darlington. He had never won there. And when he won at Darlington, he said on the radio,
Where's Ward Burton to shoot him through the window?
We are checking boxes, trying to do it again today. Allgaier takes the outside lane.
29 to go. He's going to have to fight off Dickhead again.
As we return to the green flag with 20.
It all depends on what kind of push he gets from Cindric here. Hang back, get Cindric up your ass. There you go. Nice push, nice push. Stay with it. He didn't really stay with it. Busch doesn't really have much help on the bottom. I'd give anything to clear him off of 2 here, but he's not gonna. They're gonna be side by side again for a couple laps, and we'll see who comes out on top. Busch gets that side draft from the inside. That might be enough to clear Allgaier. He did. He cleared him. He's going to slide up in front of him now. And now Allgaier crosses him over. Now Allgaier's to the inside. Here comes the 22. 22, go with the 7, you fuck. And Kyle's going to get the lead here. He's back. He's on the outside now. They were able to swap lanes. So now the advantage goes to Kyle Busch. Yeah, race over. There you go, NASCAR. You got the result you wanted. NASCAR got the result they wanted. That's why they threw that fucking caution, because Allgaier probably had it won, and now he's not going to win. It's over. Way to go.
The restart before this, Kyle did not pull the slide job in 3 and 4. He could
I ought to just turn this fucking shit off now. Allgaier had to race 1, but we threw a caution because a guy got sideways. Way to go, NASCAR. You got the result you wanted. This is exactly why they threw that caution.
An exact replay of the previous restart. The only thing changed is Kyle came up the racetrack and didn't let Justin Allgaier get back to his right rear, and that was the difference.
Give this dickhead a chance, because he couldn't do it without the help of a fucking caution.
You know, you think Kyle Busch has been racing for a long time. He's won a lot of races. He's still out there a student of the sport. That's why he's great.
Absolutely. He recognized that he didn't take full advantage of the opportunity, and he said, by God, you give me another shot at it, and I'm going to take it. And he did.
I mean, any driver really, but some in particular, you can't give them second chances. I would say Kyle Busch is on that short list.
And you see what clean air does, too, as Kyle's able to...
Oh, yes, Kyle totally deserves to be in this position right now.
You know, still a lot of things that can happen.
He totally wasn't beat before we threw a caution for a car getting sideways.
Quite a bit different than what it was right before the caution came out last time.
I can't promise you that I'm going to stream the All-Star race tomorrow now. I'm getting sick of bullshit like this. I'm really getting fucking sick of it. They don't care, so why the fuck should I? They don't care about legitimacy or fairness or anything, so why the fuck should I?
Back in March, that this team was going to be really good on the intermediates, and then you go to Charlotte just a couple of weeks ago with young Ty Gibbs driving. He spins at the end of stage 2.
Yeah, that was a totally legitimate caution that brought this on.
So the 54 has been really good on intermediates, and now you put Kyle behind the wheel and you match up his record here with their success this season. It's not really surprising. And you know,
I've seen some dumbass cautions, but that last one might be the fucking worst I've ever fucking seen. That might be the dumbest shit I've ever fucking seen. I'm not even watching. I'm scrolling Twitter. I'm too busy reading everybody's reactions to that to give 2 fucks about what's going on in this race.
And Noah Gragson, his drive through the field has been really impressive. Maybe not quite as fast as the 7, but still.
This is the biggest waste of time I can remember watching. Till tomorrow, though. Tomorrow's going to be pretty fucking bad, too. But this was a complete fucking waste of time.
Not the laps led today that he had in Charlotte. but trying to produce another top 5 finish. You know, the difference continues to be right around a half a second, maybe a little more. Just keep watching as the 7 tries to reel in Kyle Busch, 21 to go.
Where Justin has been so good is turns 1 and 2. That's where
he's not going to catch him, Brad. They're too equal, and you can't fucking pass here. After restarts, when they're not side by side anymore, you can't do shit. It's over. I don't fucking care.
Brett Moffitt, Myatt Snyder. You know, Snyder having a good day in the top 10. As good, really, as that car has been over the course of a race since they won. Race 3 in Miami, the first victory of his career, and Snyder will go to the playoffs representing Richard Childress Racing.
And Moffitt was one of the cars that did put tires on, and he's stormed up.
Literally waste 2 hours of my life to watch them fucking manipulate a race instead of just letting it play out naturally. Seems to be a recurring theme in recent weeks.
We'll see if things pan out for a solid finish here today.
I don't blame Kyle Busch, but he has no business winning this fucking race. He was beat, and then they threw out a caution specifically for him.
Well, Adam, we have the roulette wheel here in this.
He's not. It's not his fault that they do shit like this.
And we're going to tell you who we think is going to win this race. All right, do it. All right, spin the wheel. Here we go.
I can't listen to these fucking idiots. God, I can't wait till Fox doesn't fucking do these races anymore. God, they get on my goddamn nerves. I like in the pre-race, hey, let's look back at our best moments this year. What fucking best moments? You suck and you're not funny. Way to jerk yourselves off in that pre-race. Looking, oh, let's look at our best moments this season. And they were showing all the stupid highlights of all the unfunny shit they've said and done during pre-race shows. It's like, would you just fucking shut the fuck up? It's like, God, you're not fucking funny. Your broadcasts suck. Sucks about as bad as NASCAR's officiating.
Texas Speedway and for the All-Star race tomorrow.
That's the kind of shit that just really turns me off, this kind of thing.
Kyle Busch has won 98 times in his career. Is that a factor when you spin the
with your
wheel?
fucking 25 camera zooms a lap?
I don't know. It seems very scientific.
Your cringe-worthy ass pre-race show segments and interviews.
I would not bet against it. How about that? I think
the way you do almost anything during the race but talk about the fucking race.
Brandon Brown hanging on to a position in the top 10.
The way you dumb shit down for people who don't even fucking watch. It's like, just shut the fuck up.
Perhaps he can pick off a few more positions. And this for third, Cindric and Gregson.
Gregson's car is very similar, I think, to the 7 car. Looks like he's turning really well. Doesn't fall off a lot in the long runs here.
It's one of those cars that takes a couple laps to get going, but it doesn't stop going once it gets going.
Yeah, look at him turn under Joey right here underneath Austin Cindric. That's really impressive. Got a little loose right there.
Hey, Gregson, is your arm itching?
You're going to have a little hammer he's got to deal with here. Also a slower car on the bottom. They're able to squeeze by.
Now, these two did have a bit of a disagreement earlier this season when we raced at Atlanta.
Oh, Adam, they've forgotten about that. Sure.
I'm sure they have.
So what'd you do this Saturday afternoon? Watched a boring-ass fucking rigged race? That's what I did with my Saturday afternoon. What'd you do with your Saturday afternoon? Oh, I jerked off. Would have been time better spent than watching this bullshit. Oh, God, put it out, guys. Holy fuck. Brett Moffitt just got sideways off of 4 just like Brandon Jones. Put it out, put it out, put it out. Oh, what? No caution for that? Hell, he was dead sideways. I thought that's what we do now. I thought we throw cautions for guys getting sideways. Fucking idiots. Moffitt was almost as sideways as Brandon Jones was, and there was no yellow. I wonder why.
Maybe if they got a caution, I I know you got a cycle on him, but perhaps he could get even more positions if you tighten the field back up. And he's got those tires that are much fresher. Jamie, what's up?
Just listening to A.J. Allmendinger, he's been fighting this race car from the drop of the green flag. And after that last caution, when some pitted, he said, man, I wish we pitted. And now you just saw that incident. He slid those tires. He said, I don't know if that right front is...
The guy who brought out the caution last time's running 7th now. What a comeback from such a devastating accident for Brandon Jones to make it all the way back to 7th within a few laps of a devastating accident that was totally necessary to bring a caution out for. Brandon Jones' comeback of the season to bounce back from that horrifying crash he had a mere 10 laps ago. Or however long it's been. Who gives a fuck? Hey, there's a caution. Mike Snyder just ate shit off of turn 2. Be funny if they let that stay green. That's a bad wreck. I'm surprised they threw a caution for that.
He was running around P15, P16 when this accident happened.
I am shocked.
The backstretch of Texas has ate some cars up today. Cars and trucks.
I was about to end this fucking stream early.
Quite a few of them. Exit at 2 is where it all starts, and they end up midway down the back straightaway in a
heap of smoke. But good thing there's
Now red flag it for 2 hours to clean up one car, because that's what you fucking morons do.
We saw really bad hits, but nice upgrade by the Speedway to put those down there.
Jeff Gordon had a heck of a hit here.
He did, actually.
Remember that one?
So we've gotten word that he's not out of the car. He's fired the engine. You can see the AMR safety team is there, and he's going to say no thank you and drive away. So let's go back and look at what happened to Myatt Snyder. And now he might need a little help.
He's leaking a little bit. Here you see off of turn 2.
Oh, he got some help.
Boy.
God damn, Josh Berry claimed another victim.
Well, and they
Josh Berry ran through Mike Snyder just like he did Jeb Burton.
Oh, man, that was a wicked.
And that was a worse hit than Jeb Burton had.
Be a very good post race for Josh Berry.
Yeah, Josh Berry might have a line outside his hauler after this race.
Guys that are looking like
Take a number, Mike Snyder. I like Josh Berry, but he's been a problem today.
That had come down to lap 135 and taken tires, so he was getting aggressive trying to move through as well.
How big this hit is.
Well, Josh Berry claimed another one.
Tires come off the ground. It's just the energy transfer.
Thank goodness for those safer barriers.
Sideways like that, it gets light.
That is a testament to the safety of these race cars.
Let's see if we can get another view that shows the contact. It looks like the 8 car might have gotten in the back a little bit.
Boy, Mike Snyder looks happy.
Pulling away, decided to call it a day. He'll head to the care center and wrap up.
Can they unlock the fucking door and let this dude in?
Makes you madder than after your wreck, you've gotta get
He's
that
trying to get in the truck and the door was locked. And he was like, motherfucker.
I know exactly how you feel, buddy.
That's how my wife reacts when I haven't unlocked the door.
Keep knocking on the window.
Yeah, I might smile and egg her on a bit.
My hands are full.
I might throw a helmet. We all have our things we do.
Josh Berry coming down, so is Justin Haley.
Hey, Brad, it's now a good time to remind you of the end of the Daytona 500 this year.
I mean, certainly the guys up front don't come here, right, Larry? What do you think? If you have a set, do you
stay out?
Them at all if you're somebody maybe outside the top 10?
Yeah, if you're outside the top 10, I think that's what we're seeing with the 8 car of Josh Berry. We saw it with Justin Haley. But if you're up there inside the top 5 or top 6, we're going to go back racing with like 4, 5, 6 laps to go.
No, we're just going to watch these last 5 laps when they restart and lick the cat's butt, because that's all we've been doing all day watching this race.
When Berry came down, the pit road was open. Thought maybe they came early because.
Boy, the SRX is going to be a much-needed palate cleanser for me here in a bit.
And put on tires. We'll see what ground they can make up. 27 cars on the lead lap here. So let's go back to how it all unfolded today at Texas, and Jeb Burton had it get away from him early.
Yeah, a little help on that one.
There's that
inside wall again.
Yep.
Remember when Matt Mills was spinning?
Exit at turn 2 and that backstretch wall have been all but one of our exits today. This one was a little bit curious. Brandon Jones got sideways and we threw yellow. I think a little bit early on that yellow, but set up this.
Nah, Josh Berry saved us. Which is probably still over anyway, but you know.
But this last caution here, it's not really a huge hit.
Boy, I think Brandon Jones got the worst of it today, guys. I mean, he slid sideways for a whole 30 feet. Brandon Jones may consider retirement after that devastating accident earlier. Still can't believe he's still running. And in 7th place, no less. Let's be honest, Texas was never awesome. It had some good races here and there, but Texas was never one where I'm like, oh boy, we're racing at Texas this week. No, I was never like that. Before the reconfiguration or after, I've never really liked this place. Cookie cutter Charlotte clone bullshit.
The advantage here because they've kind of both seen what the other has to offer in these situations.
Yeah, this is a really tough call because Kyle was able to get the lead on the bottom. There's been times that the guy on the top was able to get the lead. Now you have older tires. Does the top prevail a little bit more because you have older tires on the car. You also have what we've seen is the best.
Is NASCAR going to run this down to 2 to go for no fucking reason like they usually do in these situations? We could restart with 5 to go, but they probably want to run it down to 2. Wow, 1 to go. We're going to restart now? Kyle Busch picked the bottom. He's got Cindric behind him. Allgaier goes to the top with Gragson behind him. I think Cindric's going to give Kyle the push he needs. Boy, if I was Cindric, I'd lag back like a motherfucker. I would lag back so bad.
That could play a role as they work together.
Teammates up top. Noah owes Allgaier a favor after Bristol last year.
Go with the leader. Yeah, I was surprised by that too. I thought his last few restarts on hot lane I thought were really good.
Get to 3rd, which is where he was anyway. So maybe he's thinking he's going to go with the leader here and make it happen. We'll have to wait and see.
Or he's feeling that Kyle Busch is just going to have a killer restart here, get a lot of traction.
We're going to have 5 to go.
I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, this is basically the race. Barring another yellow, this launch right here is going to really dictate who wins.
Kyle's got the better pusher.
Second, third, and beyond.
Cindric's been really on it today, but I don't think Cindric has anything for Kyle.
With a double header, including our producer in the chair for the first time, Eric Mandia, doing an outstanding job.
This makes me less mad about that caution earlier.
Finish. 5 to go. Kyle Busch to the inside. Justin Allgaier to the outside. How will it play out at Texas?
This push from Noah Gragson.
Kyle's doing the whole super speedway thing. He's got his hand out the window. He's waving the 22 on, and that's the race. Yeah, that's race. Game over. Kyle Busch definitely wins.
You see Cindric trying to look to the top, going back to the bottom. Here comes Allgaier up top.
Yeah, that's it.
Just
it's over.
Help at all for the 7 in that outside lane.
Wow, great push, Noah.
As he gets to the outside of Cindric for 2nd. Kyle Busch starting to pull away a bit.
And Kyle Busch had an excellent launch on the restart.
Kyle had the best push. That's the best push I've seen Cindric give anybody all day. Don't know why he did it. It wasn't going to help him win.
Yeah, that was big. Here's a replay of it. You just see the 22 hooked to the back of the 54 and just pushing, push. All those, that forward power in that thing.
Yeah.
You saw that hand out the window, though, by Kyle.
Just think how Allgaier totally. Oh, wow. Harrison Burton just crashed.
This guy's crashed in 20 car.
Well, this is going to overtime.
Burton, who won the race here.
Harrison Burton just got crashed hard. I'm going to guess he got up way high and just lost it. That's happened a lot.
One right there. And Harrison Burton as well.
Yeah, this Kyle Busch kid's going to have a fucking future. Maybe one day this Kyle Busch kid can actually start winning some fucking cup races or something. I don't know.
And the race that will not
he doesn't seem to do that very often.
And the most recent.
He could be the next Jimmy Johnson for all we know.
See what happened. I think he's at the back of your screen there.
That's the 18, dumbass. Yeah, the 20 got up way high and just lost it. He got way high. I had a feeling that's what happened. You wreck up there like that.
Brady talked about that earlier, too, with that how wide the corner is down there.
Yeah, it's just the track is so wide. It's like your angle to the wall gets worse when the track has a wall that's so far away from the racing groove. And almost like you accelerate to it at the same time, Joey. It's hard to explain. But
we've seen things like that. I mean, think of like a Loudon, right? Where it's fairly wide from the groove where it is, and some of the biggest hits happen there.
And that was a big one. Over into this car is destroyed. Jamie, what have you got?
Yeah, I was just listening to Harrison Burton's radio there, and he said he just got really loose all of a sudden, and he's not sure if one of the tires was maybe going down. You know, he last pitted on lap 111, so those tires were pretty old.
Yeah, it's always hard to say, and you know, afterwards they're all flat. You know, after a crash like that, you know, so may be the case there.
It's another look at the aerial. He's already sideways right here in the camera, and you can just see that once it starts going sideways and it gets higher and higher into that PJ1, there is no saving this car for Harrison Burton.
The one thing I noticed on the replay there is not too far in front of Harrison, Noah Gragson. And, you know, he restarted in the second row behind his teammate Justin Allgaier, and right now scored in 8th. And he really had a hard time getting going on that restart to push Allgaier, and now he's lost some positions here as we look toward overtime.
He sure did. That high lane just didn't quite have the drive at him.
3 Gibbs cars in the top 5 as we head toward overtime. Kyle Busch, Justin Allgaier, Austin Cindric, Brandon Jones, Daniel Hemrick. It's our 10th caution of the day in Texas.
Well, the best season ever is going off with a bang.
Best season ever. Blow me with your best season ever. Noah Gragson sucks at everything, so I'm not surprised he shit the bed on that last restart. What happened to all that talent I keep hearing allegedly that Noah Gragson has? He doesn't really seem to show it. God, that was one for the ages when he blew Texas on the last lap back in October or whatever it was. Oh, that was a great day. That might have been my best live stream reaction, the Texas Xfinity race from the playoffs last year. Nah, most idiotic season was probably 2015. I will say nothing's been as bad as... Well, 2019 was pretty lame, but even it was better than 2015. 2015 is still the worst single fucking year of racing I've ever had to suffer through in my entire life. Everything about 2015 sucked dick. There's been individual moments this year that remind me of 2015, but... Boy, I've got some decisions to make in the next couple hours.
Xfinity Series, he wins. The all-time leader.
Kyle Busch is really good at winning races that don't matter.
Nashville Superspeedway, where he will race next weekend. Number 50, number 75. Most recently, a few weeks ago at Kona, 98. And he continues to chase number 100. And in line for number 99 here today.
Here's NASCAR. Wow, Brandon Jones somehow in the top 5 after his devastating accident earlier. How about that?
He did an excellent job executing.
Well, and you know what? There's a lot of history on the line in this race from a team perspective as well. If one of those Gibbs cars wins, it would be number 15. As you look at Chris Gale, who is the crew chief, who's won 20.
The crew chief?
Who's won 22 times in the Xfinity Series. But this would be number 15 at Texas for Joe Gibbs Racing. matching the Roush Fenway organization for most wins at a track by a single team. They pulled it off at Darlington, winning 15 times.
Wow.
This is time for our choose here. We'll see what lane Kyle picks. Last time he picked the bottom lane.
He's going there again.
Justin Allgaier's going to take.
I heard Jimmy Johnson is Kyle Busch's hero.
Except this time behind Allgaier, you're going to have
Allgaier's got Brandon Jones. But as long as Busch has Cindric, the race is done. We know Cindric and Busch are going to push pretty hard.
Real close, like you said. Now, on TV, this looks very easy to do. In the car, let me tell you, you cannot see that thing.
No.
Not at all.
This will be our 6th overtime finish of the year. And the 4th time that we've done it here at Texas Motor Speedway. 2-lap shootout. Once the leader takes the white flag, the next flag would end the race, the caution or the checkers. But if the caution comes out prior to the leader getting back to the white under green, we would reset, do it again. We've got unlimited attempts.
This is when you pull your belts tight just one more time, as Larry would say. And you get this thing ready to go because everyone's going to be pushing hard. This is going to be a fun restart to watch. See if the 54 and the 22 can do what they did before. See if Allgaier is able to make something happen with the 19. We'll see.
Cindric's going to push Kyle Busch, and it's going to be race over before they get to turn 1.
With his newer tires, gonna get a good finish
That's
out of
literally
this
what's about to happen here.
With credit one, overtime at Texas.
Look, there is literally no push in that outside line. Good God. That was even worse than the previous fucking restart. Allgaier's not even going to get a top 5 out of this.
Looking for his first career victory.
I mean, fucking Christ.
In the outside lane, but Joey said it just like last time. Didn't get a big enough push.
What the fuck is up with the 19 there?
Justin got a great launch. He just did not get the help he needed, and that's going to let Kyle Busch just sail off at this thing.
White flag this time.
Have a good one.
Trying for his 10th win.
I'll be back for the SRX.